No longer the defensive coordinator. Might be sticking around. But who's next edition? The Do You Know Who Jack Podlesny is?
Pods.
If you don't,
I do.
I thought you would. We're going to tell you who he is. Anders Carlson knows who he is now. I think he probably knew already. Edition. And the what else other than talking about people's social media posts would I rather do with the Packers season over edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com with the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And so is resplendent in a beautiful blue quarter zip bearing the AmFam logo. How am I doing so far?
I'm always amazed at how much you care about what I wear.
You look really nice today.
I know, but I'm amazed. I never comment on anything you wear.
No, well, that's because you don't care about me.
No, I just don't care.
To his face, you never comment.
What do I say behind his back? I don't say anything behind. Let me tell you something. I'll tell Jason what I think about his clothes. I just don't care. He wears
I appreciate that.
Old T-shirts typically. But his your hole in the neck is there, and you got a collar
dazzling
on today.
Detail, buddy.
You got
dazzling
a collar
detail.
on today,
You're both in
you?
blue quarter zips. I think we're like two of us got the memo today. I think you're very fashionable.
Oh, but I got a nice hoodie from Johnson & Sons that maybe when the Johnson & Sons read.
Are you going to wear it when you work your shift, or is it too nice to wear when you're pouring a concrete? He's the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher, by the way.
Typically, when you're pouring concrete, it's warmer out. But if they call upon me to do it in a day, a foggy, overcast day, you guarantee I'd rock that sweatshirt all day.
Well, congratulations on that, and I still don't think they know what they're getting themselves into, but we wish them well.
I think they know exactly what they're getting themselves into, and I think they love it.
Who wouldn't? So how you doing today? What's on your mind? Because whatever we have planned, it's not what you're thinking.
No, there's a bunch of things on my mind. Obviously the decision yesterday, which I think was well-suited. Normally after a Packers season, though, we get into success or no success, right, as far as the season goes. And we've had good debates. Now it's going on 7 years or whatever, how many years we've been doing this.
Feels like a lot longer.
Yeah, I bet it does for you. This season, there's nobody could say this wasn't super successful, right? I still feel really, I'm not irritated. I still am really disappointed we ain't playing Sunday. And I thought by Thursday I'd be over it. I'm not. We're better. We should be playing the Detroit Lions this weekend. I'm wearing my Detroit Lion Honolulu blue because I feel blue when you choose. No,
Pour me in, Coach.
Do you think because there's been so much news that we just kind of move past it? Or do you think Packer fans still feel like I do? I think I'm probably one of the last remaining holdovers here as far as that we should still be playing.
I do think that
in here
most.
And talk if you want.
It seemed to me you were working your way through this, which didn't really involve us.
Emotionally wise, I still, as time passes, it's like okay, yeah, really good season. Now you got a new coordinator.
So they squandered a bunch of opportunities. So is that making it harder for you to move on because you keep thinking, what if? Or I guess on the flip side, I would say. You saw why they lost. Like, you know why they lost. They missed the field goal. Jordan threw the kind of interception we thought he had moved past. Their defense didn't get a stop on the final drive. They dropped 2 interceptions. Like, the laundry list is the same.
You just mentioned 5.
Yeah. Yeah, they had their chances.
They got a crap spot on a 4th down that they go at least get 3 points if they don't give them that crap spot. You know, there's more to it than just I think I would have rather. I know I would have.
You just wanted to be blown out.
I did,
so you wouldn't feel regret.
No. Even if San Fran played a really good game and they just beat us, I'd be all right with that. It's the number of mistakes that happened and the fact that we were good enough. You know when you're not good enough, and I would have never guessed that we were going to be good enough this year. Never thought it all year until about the midway point of the San Fran game. That's when, because Dallas was great. They smoked them, played great football. Still thought San Fran was just better, but they weren't. But turns out they were. And I'm still, you poll this, Jesse. Do you think that most Packer fans are done and moved on and ready to roll, or are going to watch the game with a ton of regret on Sunday? I don't know where that number is going to come. I think most Packer fans have moved on. Have you? YOU capitalized?
I have. Yeah.
It's over. You're moved on.
I was bummed Saturday night. By Sunday morning when I was driving home from Tier 1 Tyler's cabin, I was over it. Yeah, it sucks that they lost. They had a chance to win the game, but I'm not devastated by the result like I've been in past years. It doesn't feel like there was more left on the table it sounds like you're saying.
You underestimated this group then. You underestimated it. You let your feelings in August, what they were in August, dictate what they were in the middle of January.
I think when they were 6-8, I properly estimated what they were capable of doing, and they over-delivered.
Times changed. They did over-deliver until they didn't. And then they under-delivered. What would the spread have been had the Green Bay Packers won and head to Detroit this weekend? 2? Green Bay wouldn't have probably been favored, but I bet most of the money would have come in on Green Bay.
Jesse, you know somebody at ESPN Bet we can ask this of?
I can find it on ESPN Bet here. Hypothetically.
No, it's a game that's not being played.
How are you going to find that?
That's true. We would not be able to find that in hypothetical land.
That's why I asked.
I can see if we could. I get effort on that. Yeah.
All right. So, Tausch, your poll question is, because you're morose. You're a little downtrodden.
Morose. No, I'm not morose, but I know when it gets to be Sunday, and the NFC game's at 6:30, right, on Sunday?
I believe so, yes.
You're telling me that Packer fans aren't going to be thinking and looking like, we should be in this and we should win this and we should be going to Las Vegas. You're telling me that's not how Packer fans are going to look at it?
You always talk about the expectation game, whether it's the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week.
Yeah.
I understand. I still go back to they did have the chance to win, and their quarterback, if it was Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, we would be, because remember, both those guys, their final passes as Packers were interceptions in critical moments. I guess my struggle here is, yeah, it was a hell of a run. They got further than most, if not all of us anticipated, but we do know why they're home. And I'm sure they are lamenting, although, again, I don't know how quickly guys compartmentalize this stuff. I don't know if Jordan Love is walking around California muttering to himself, I can't believe I threw that pass. What was I thinking? Why did I throw that pass? Maybe, but I feel like guys say, all right, well, I did what I did, and it sucks, and I'd rather still be playing, but boy, it's a beautiful day today in California. I don't...
Yeah, I'm not asking about from the player's standpoint.
Right. What I'm saying is you were once a player who, unless, of course, it was the 4th and 26 game, you were able to compartmentalize pretty quickly. And it's interesting to me that this is where you are still on Thursday. The game was Saturday night.
Yeah, we were better. I tell you all the time, it comes back to whether or not you played your best and you were better. And when you're not, you're okay with it because you understand it. Or if somebody played a great game, or somebody made a few more plays. You can't look at that game on Saturday and tell me that we weren't better, except for the scoreboard. And it's such a loser's mentality. I know,
polluted mindset.
But I would bet that Packer fans normally at this time of the year, you're like, okay, all right, let's see what happens. Excited for the other team, whatever it is, and just be a sports fan. There will be a ton of woulda, coulda, shoulda, would if, whatever you want to say, on Sunday that we normally don't have. I just don't think that we have it.
But we look at it from the Packers' perspective. Don't you think, like, again, I mentioned Mike Silver's column in the San Francisco Chronicle, which I thought was spot on. I thought the 49ers played like they knew they were better and they played not to lose. And so they didn't go, and they did not look like a San Francisco 49ers. And by the way, apparently the coaches are on good terms, right? Did you see them now? They're hugging it out before the game, yucking it up.
Yeah,
they're hugging afterward.
I think it's super embarrassing for Matt that he's that's how it is.
You get after me for my grudge holding, but you want him to hold a grudge.
He tried to steal his wife, man, his work wife.
Maybe his marriage wasn't that great.
Well, then he shouldn't have been mad at all. Then don't get mad at all. If
my point is, don't you think the 49ers are looking at that game, though they won, so they're preparing for another game, going, God, I can't believe we let these guys hang around.
No.
We're so much better than these guys.
I saw Adam Schefter, I think it was his appearance with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, when he was basically saying that he talked to a high up in the San Francisco 49ers, and they thought they were going to lose that game until the last 45 seconds.
Yeah. I heard that too.
So that's obviously not how San Fran feels.
Well, maybe not how that person feels, but I would be willing to bet that Kyle Shanahan is going, boy, I really did not, I should have changed my approach.
I think after Sunday I'll be done with the moroseness or whatever you want to call it. But there's just something, this team was positioned better than I think even the Packers team, and this sounds crazy, when we lost to San Fran on that cold, blustery day when Robbie Gould kicked the game-winning field goal to special teams, because there were the same missed opportunities, and I don't know if I felt the same then. I think I did. But this one, for whatever reason, it's just because the team was more fun. It was a more fun watch.
So you're just sad that we don't have games to talk about and
no, I'm sad that it was a missed
sing.
Opportunity. That's what I'm sad about.
Okay. Well,
and I guess what you're saying and Jesse's
good.
saying, and I'm guessing every fan is saying, is move on and be done with it.
No, all I'm saying is it was a hell of a run, and I understand the disappointment, but I thought that the season was going to be over on January 7th. And then, I mean, think about...
so we should just be happy. Okay.
No.
We'll just be happy that they're...
Well, you can't change the past. You got to put the past behind
you.
They
had a good 17-game run. Good job, boys.
It was actually 19 games, but yeah. I guess what I'm wondering...
Yeah, you just said January 7th. That would have been 17.
That's what I thought, but that's not what happened. I feel like usually on this show we provide therapy for others.
I don't need therapy. I don't. I'm telling you,
denial.
I don't.
All right,
no, I'm not
Kubler.
I'm telling you, I have not gotten to acceptance. I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact that they're not playing, because I'm not up. I'm not on the team and anything else. All I'm saying is I wonder if our fans are going to look at Sunday's game any differently than they usually would.
All right, let's take calls on this. And you don't need therapy. That's fine.
I 100% no. I can use therapy in other parts of life. I don't need therapy about the Green Bay Packers losing to San Fran. I can assure you of that.
I am telling you that that's not how you sound. You sound like you're still struggling with this.
Yeah, the Packers should be playing Sunday.
Right.
If that
I'm not
makes
saying
me
this
struggling with it, that's not. They should be playing.
Right. You're not in denial at all. They lost the game. My point is that let's try something different here. Usually we're the ones that are helping our fans work through their feelings of disappointment, of frustration, of whatever it might be. Maybe it's okay to admit you need a little help today.
No,
it's Thursday. You're still obsessing. You're still struggling.
I'm not obsessing. I'm saying, why are we just like moving on? Like, it's no big deal.
You want us to not move on?
No, I don't. I don't.
But that's the. Am I crazy right now, Jesse? What am I not understanding, that I'm painting this as him struggling when he publicly announces on Thursday after a Saturday night loss he doesn't want us to be moving on?
I don't know what has you stuck all of a sudden today, if it's because the conversation nationally has shifted to looking ahead to the games and the Packers aren't part of it or what, but I felt like you were in a much better place each of the last. I thought you were in a better place on the post-game show Saturday night than you are right now. You sound just so sad.
Yes, thank you, Jesse.
They made it to the divisional round. They had an unexpectedly awesome season. They found the quarterback of the future. They got rid of the defensive coordinator that everybody thinks they should have gotten rid of last year. They're making positive strides. They brought in a kicker for competition. Like, they're doing all the things that we said the last 2 days we want them to do after having a relatively succall season.
And you're hung up on some loss from Saturday, man.
I want to go to Detroit this Sunday.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Do you feel the way Tausch feels? And instead of us helping you cope, this is your chance to maybe offer a little bit of advice to help Tausch cope.
I don't want. I'm not going. You can say, obviously, you can call in and say whatever you want. I don't need your. I'm wondering if you feel the same way as I do.
But you don't need any help.
You guys think that you snap your fingers and every year you're going to have great chances to win a Super Bowl championship. That's what you all think. And I'm telling you, it's not how it works. And if you don't believe me, Aaron Rodgers never made it back after 13 years. And every year, y'all are sitting here on a Wednesday and Thursday after the season saying, well, they'll get him next year. They'll do it next year. Oh, they'll get this better. And you know what happened? It didn't happen. And there's a lot of Packer fans that are pissed about that. And the fact you guys can't understand that bothers me. Oh, Jesse's going to take care of a dog, and watch the game. It'll be cute because it's Detroit. We'll be back next year. Yeah, how's that working? We aren't always back. We didn't take advantage of an opportunity, and it stings.
I am telling you that you have never been like this to this degree in the history of this show.
After the Tampa NFC Championship game loss, I was it stung.
Yeah, but you were. This is different. Like, you were pissed that they played poorly. You were angry. This is different. I am telling you, as I'm not going to call me your work wife. I'm telling you, as someone who's been around you after all, like our first year was them losing in the NFC Championship game in Atlanta. I did the show the next day
quickly
from a studio at an Atlanta radio station. I took an Uber for the first time. It was very exciting. And I remember talking to you, and you weren't like this then. They got their butts kicked.
Yes.
They had gone, but they put themselves in position. They had gone on an 8-game winning streak.
Because they weren't the better team, and they got smoked.
They weren't the better
team, and we didn't get. We were smoking them.
So you believe
there's a difference? Well, there is.
8.
Oh, shucks. Oh, don't worry about it, boys. We'll be back.
No one.
Jason Wilde, Miami Dolphins post-game show 1984. Don't worry about it, boys. We got Dan Marino and Mark Duper and Oliver Dottie and Don Shula. We'll be back. Yep.
844-770-3776. Tausch does not need your help.
We'll fire Dom Capers, and we'll get to 5 more Super Bowls. How'd that work out?
Tausch does not need your help. But you could call anyway. 844-770-3776. Please, maybe talking about G. Nadella and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin will elevate your mood.
My mood is fine, even though the weather outside is a little frightful, a little foggy. Your energy bill could be so much more delightful. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows. It keeps the cold outside where it belongs. You can help kick those January blues when you choose to book by the 31st. 0% interest for up to 36 months. We'll have 2 Super Bowls in 36 months if you ask Jesse and Jason. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Certain restrictions do apply.
844-770-3776. We've got Evan joining us at 9:30. And if anybody can help Tausch work through his feelings, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. So we'll get to a call, and then I can't wait for you to talk about your feelings with Evan. I'm very eager to see how this plays out.
I'm not going to talk about my feelings with Evan. Like, I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking. I am amazed that you think every Packer fan in America is just like,
I don't.
It's over.
I don't think
Yep.
that.
Oh, we're gonna move on.
All right, you're going to
That's
tell me what
y'all
I think.
are telling me.
I'm going to try and figure out what you're
Well, you're
thinking.
telling me I need therapy, but I can't tell you what you think. Okay. Yeah. Good one.
It's going to be a long day. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Untethered, unfiltered, and unbothered.
I waited till there was about 5 minutes left in my drive to make that call. I made the call and she said, "Baby, what's wrong?"
Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, and sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And I said, "The explicitive Packers is wrong. That's what's wrong."
Weekdays from 2 to 5, right here on 94.5 ESPN. And subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Now, we all experience daily struggles, and with so many concerns to be conscious of, breathing should not be one of them. Mark Tauscher here for Advent, and if you're like me and have had snoring issues, sinus problems, or difficulty breathing, then you'll want to meet the team at Advent. The team of Advent specialists have a few simple steps to help evaluate your individual limitations and get you back to breathing well. Since Advent addressed my snoring and nasal breathing issues, I feel great. I've never slept better. My wife Sarah is incredibly appreciative. The team of Advent specialists listened to my struggles, found the best solution for me, and customized it to my needs. Take my word for it and go to adventknows.com to learn more about simple solutions to snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems. And schedule your appointment today, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
The NBA season is going strong, and there's no easier way to get in on the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. Fantasy sports, real money. The way to play is simple. Pick between 2 to 5 players, select higher or lower on player stats, and if the picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Underdog Fantasy is legal in Wisconsin and a ton of fun to play along as you're watching the Bucks play. It has become a big part of my game watching routine, and now I have the ability to win some real money while rooting for my favorite players. You can see how easy it is to play, and getting started is even easier. Go to Underdog Fantasy's easy-to-use mobile app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code KBN, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you get a special pick of higher than 0.5 total yards to use on your first pick'em entry. That's promo code KBN. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This is not therapy. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is happening on the show. I'm trying to understand it.
Oh, I think you understand it. I think with an NFC Championship game coming that I think most Packer fans feel like they should be in it, they're feeling a little bit blue today.
Blue is your sweatshirt.
That's what I think.
Okay.
And the fact that y'all are just poo-pooing it and being like, no big deal.
I never said it was no big deal.
I don't feel like that is how Packer
surprised-
Nation feels. That's how
I'm
I feel.
surprised at how downtrodden, which apparently is not the right word
You want me
either.
to I'm not
So
moping.
were you just distracted the last... You're not moping.
No, I'm not moping. I'm disappointed. And I think I can illustrate that with my voice and my feelings on our show.
You're blue.
When we're talking about... Yes. I feel like it's a golden opportunity we missed, and watching Sunday is going to be incredibly difficult if indeed I watch. Because I think the
You
Packers
may
should
not
be in
even
it.
watch.
Well, I got some hockey stuff that I got to jockey
so
through.
it's
It's not like I won't watch because I'm just disgusted by it. That's not what it is. But I'm a little bit. I'm just dumbfounded that you guys would feel just another day. It's not.
So why weren't you quite this bad the last couple of... We're going to have to wait on the calls because we got to get to Evan. So why... were you distracted in these other games?
The Tampa game, when I took Max to it and we thought we were getting coronated to going to a Super Bowl, that one was gutting. The San Fran one at home, I wasn't as shocked by. We didn't play great.
No.
But it just, I don't know why. It just feels different. It feels different.
And it feels different in spite of the fact, and yes, all the same caveats apply. Your future is never guaranteed. Lots of things can happen before next season. The Jacksonville Jaguars of 2022 and 23 are a great cautionary tale of you think things are going one way, and then you saw how the Jaguars season ended. They didn't even make the playoffs. They were the Packers of this year. Last year, right? They went on a great run at the end of the year. They had the number one seed on the ropes and they lost. What I'm saying is that I guess I thought you would feel, yes, we squandered opportunities. Yes, I'm disappointed and sad they're not playing, but the future's so bright, it's not dragging me down. And instead, it feels like the future, despite its bright nature, is actually making it worse because they were so far ahead of the curve to be in the position they were and squandered a golden opportunity that you're struggling to get past.
So I am incredibly excited about the future of where this organization and team is headed. I'm also incredibly disappointed that we have an opportunity to go into Detroit, play a team we just worked, and had an opportunity to go to a Super Bowl. That's where I'm disappointed. And I don't need to just flip the page. I'm not a player. I'm sitting here with my whatever I'm doing, analyzing.
Sitting here with whatever I'm doing.
And how I feel is how I feel. I feel like it's a golden opportunity blown.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't feel like you were like this Tuesday or Wednesday.
Because there was news just spitting across our desk.
That's what I'm driving at, is that now here you are, and there's no new news.
I have
unless
not
you want to talk
changed
about Chris Gizzy.
Let me tell you something. I have not
it's
changed.
hitting you harder.
I have not changed my feelings one bit. I was hoping by Tuesday. I think what will happen is San Francisco is going to blow out Detroit on Sunday. And I don't know if that's going to make me feel better or worse. Probably worse. But I will move on after that. Because at some point it's like 2 stages removed. Okay, whatever. But we're not 2 stages removed. We should be on the stage, removing Detroit and moving to Las Vegas. And I feel very strongly about that. I didn't feel as strongly because when we lost the last time, Aaron Rodgers played like he didn't play well. The special team stunk. It was not, here we had gift-wrapped stuff.
Jordan Love didn't play well,
and it didn't. Jordan
in the
Love
fourth quarter.
Jordan Love played really good for 3 quarters, and he is a young quarterback. I was not shocked that he didn't play great in the fourth. So it's just a different vibe. That's all.
Did you get a good night's sleep last night?
Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Well, a good day starts with a great night's sleep. on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. Wish I would have gotten a better night's sleep. Take your sleep to the next level with the Tempur-Pedic Ergo Smart Base powered by Sleep Tracker AI that automatically responds to snoring by raising your head, giving you a better, more restful night's sleep. And Ergo Smart Bases start at just $42 a month with Steinhafels 60-month financing, and you'll get $300 in Steinhafels cash. So shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Steinhafels is your mattress destination. Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my favorite go-to drink. That's Carbless. Carbless is a ready-to-drink, handcrafted vodka and tequila cocktail. Even better, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And listen to this, less carbonation. This leads to less bloat. I can indulge in something delicious without having that health guilt. Carbless is crafted right here in Wisconsin. It has a flavor for everyone, from black raspberry to cranberry, pineapple and lemon, and my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online and at a retailer near you. Less is more.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Ready to conquer the Midwest's premier winter playground? Then start planning a visit to Granite Peak. With over 200 acres of skiable terrain, Granite Peak has something for everyone, from beginners to seasoned pros, park skiers to mogul fanatics, and everything in between. Soar to new heights on their state-of-the-art chairlifts and warm up in the cozy historic chalet with roaring fireplaces and stunning views. A legendary winter adventure begins at Granite Peak. Don't miss out. Visit skigranitepeak.com to book your winter vacation now, and for more information, Granite Peak. Legendary winters, legendary fun.
The Milwaukee Panthers men's basketball team is stacking good days. Join in all the action as the Panthers host 2 games at Panther Arena this week. First up, Milwaukee takes on Detroit Mercy on Thursday at 7. Then the Panthers hit the court against Oakland on Saturday at 3. Enjoy t-shirt giveaways at both games courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Tickets start at $13. On sale now, try a Pounce's 4-pack mini plan for $80, which includes the biggest opponents on the best dates. Order today at mkepanthers.com. Panther Athletics for the MKE.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Bunzels.com.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here to tell you about one of the best purchases I recently made, an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. It's an easy-to-install sauna that is great for a post-workout, travel, or long-day detoxification, and it has a rapid heat-up time. Using Good Health Saunas can also help reduce stress, improve circulation, and make your skin glow. Got an athlete in your family or just someone with an active lifestyle? Infrared saunas are perfect for muscle and tissue recovery as well. Learn more today at goodhealthsaunas.com, goodhealthsaunas.com.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Cousins Subs is teaming up with Feeding America Eastern Wisconsin and Bobby Portis from January 15th to February 29th in support of their PB&J Challenge campaign. Throughout the campaign, Cousins will donate 50 cents for every kids' meal sold to support the challenge. But There's more. Kids will receive a Bobby Portis headband with each kids' meal purchase. And Cousins will be offering a limited time only PB&J Kids meal during the campaign. Cousins subs. We believe in better. Headbands available while supplies last.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I don't want to misrepresent how Tausch is feeling, so I'm just going to quote him. He's feeling blue. That's what you said, right?
I don't know. Is that what I said?
You don't know what you said now?
No, I don't. You have to tell me.
I'm not going to tell you what you said. I thought I quoted you accurately. Joining us now, this can sometimes be a competitive, maybe a little combative. We've got Josh DiMaggio.
No, I'm too blue to fight today.
Scoring
I'm not fighting today.
The fight.
I'll let you guys fight.
So, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike joins us. Evan, be nice to Tausch. He's blue today.
Well, Jason, I've known Tausch long enough to know I think he's feeling red more than blue, but I'm just throwing that out there if I could. I think we may have chosen the wrong color for Tausch on how he's feeling today. More red. Wouldn't you say, Tausch?
Depends on, if it's Saturday or Sunday. So, Evan, you finally taking a break from bashing Josh Allen? I mean, what is Josh Allen? Whoa. What has Josh Allen ever done to you for you and Canty and Smalls to all have the amount of vitriol? Like, legit, every time I turned on Unsportsmanlike this week, it's been bashing and downplaying the fact that Josh Allen can't win. He shouldn't be in any conversations. We're done talking about him. But then I click it back on, and what are you guys talking about again? Oh, it's Josh Allen.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, thank you for listening. I do
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
I know you do.
Second of all, I don't think Josh Allen has done anything wrong. It's not about Josh Allen specifically. It's really about the fan, media, the sports community that we all live in. Right, but so are you guys. And I think we're all sports fans. We all consume content, and everybody listening to Wilde and Tausch and everybody listening to Unsportsmanlike, commenting, etc. We have chosen, in this specific case, to anoint someone before they have accomplished the top line of the resume. When you're talking about a coach or a coach and quarterback, right, you need a couple of things. You need, as a quarterback, either an MVP or a Super Bowl appearance to put on the top line of the resume. In terms of head coach, you need a Super Bowl appearance, and you probably need a Coach of the Year. That's where you would go in terms of the top line of the resume. Josh Allen has neither. You both know I have been very critical of Aaron Rodgers over the course of time. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs and a Super Bowl. He is forever secure relative to the top line of the resume. That doesn't mean you can compare him to Mahomes or Brady, but it means he doesn't have to actually do anything else to be in the Hall of Fame and to be considered one of the great quarterbacks to ever play the game. Josh Allen has coded language attached to him all the time. When people say, wow, he's so talented, that just means he's underachieved. Talented is never used for Brady. It's never used for Mahomes. We don't use it for them because they haven't underachieved. It's not used for Brock Purdy because he hasn't underachieved. It is no longer, thankfully, used for Lamar Jackson because he's going to be a 2-time MVP and he's playing in a conference championship game this weekend. When you say talented, it is coded language for hasn't done as much as fans think that you should do. And for whatever reason, Josh Allen has been anointed on the level of Mahomes and Lamar and maybe Burrow to some extent, and I don't personally believe he should be there. That's what it's about for me.
Yeah, he didn't do that. That's you guys doing that. By the way,
agree.
It's CBS putting up a promo comparing him to Mahomes, and that's where you all lost your minds.
Oh, I know, Tausch. I lost my mind when they opened the game, and kudos to them because they drew me in, right? But when they opened the game with the Brady Manning thing, you got to be kidding me. That was Game 7 for Mahomes and Allen. by the time Brady and Manning met for Game 7 of their careers, playoffs and regular season, Brady had won 3 Super Bowls and Manning had won 2 MVPs. In what world was that matchup Sunday similar to Brady-Manning?
They've played each other a bunch, and it's the last hurdle. Manning had to get past Brady as that hurdle. Allen needs to get past Mahomes.
Line of the resume, but he had the top line of the resume. If Josh Allen's career ends today, right? We'll play this game first.
Hey, hold up a second, though. Doesn't it actually make it worse? Let's say Lamar Jackson gets his second MVP, which I think we all think he is, and he loses. Doesn't that make it worse for him? The fact that Allen has 0 MVPs and he hasn't gotten there, but Lamar Jackson has got 2 MVPs and hadn't gotten there? You'd be crushing him if it was Peyton Manning with 2 MVPs and not getting there, or Aaron Rodgers with 4 MVPs and only 1 Super Bowl. So it's almost as if Josh Allen shouldn't even be on the conversation because he didn't even have an MVP.
I agree with you.
All right.
So then
what are you yelling about?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I think Greg Olson has been great on Fox.
Awesome.
I've been really impressed.
Yeah, it's great.
He goes on McAfee the other day and says, I don't care about Josh Allen's playoff record. It doesn't matter. Anyone who thinks he's not good is nuts. He's awesome. You're kidding, right? I don't care about his playoff record? What? I don't care. That's what he said. We played the sound a million times. I don't care about his playoff record. And I understand people look at football, and I don't know that this is fair from my vantage point, as the ultimate team sport. And yes, it is team win-loss. I understand that. But we're going to throw out a guy's playoff record? What?
Well, Greg can say whatever he wants. Of course, the playoff record is how you build your legacy. Period.
Of course it is.
MVPs are cute. And Lamar Jackson,
I think it's a little bit better than cute, but okay.
If Lamar Jackson doesn't win a Super Bowl, he's not going to get on anybody's top line, as you've been putting it. He's not.
No, he's not the top line comparatively. What I'm saying is...
Will you be as critical of Lamar if they don't get it done on your show Monday as you just were with Josh?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. There's the problem.
Exactly what? No, exactly what? He has accomplished
He has 2 MVPs and couldn't get by Mahomes. Josh Allen didn't have any.
Yeah, I understand that.
So Lamar should elevate his team even more than Josh.
Yeah, and he has. So
Lamar Jackson's been in 3 playoff games in his career. Josh Allen's been in like 8 or 9.
I believe Lamar's been in more than that.
I don't think so. I think he's 1 and 3. So it's 4. Okay. Counting this year.
Last week
counting this year. It's his first win. Yeah.
Second.
Well, he's been to as many Super Bowls as Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson is 2 and 3 in the playoffs in his career.
Great.
Thank you.
5 games.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. I think we're saying the same thing. Josh Allen shouldn't be in the conversation, and he is. Right? Are we, why is Josh Allen, by the way...
How many teams, let me ask you this, because, you can always spin things the way you want, both sides. I can, you can. How many teams, do you not think Josh Allen is a great quarterback?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because the way I look at quarterbacks, I want turnover prevention. That's my first thing. Good decision-making, right? I want good decision-making. So... he's not a great decision maker.
No, he's not.
I want accurate passing. I don't know that he is such an accurate passer, and I want the ability to play within whatever the game plan is for that game. And the beauty of Brady, on so many levels, is we're going to run the ball 40 times. Cool. I'm going to pass the ball 40 times. Cool. If you look at Josh Allen and what he did on Sunday. In the first half, he completed 14 passes. 9 of them were to running backs and tight ends. I loved what they were doing. In the fourth quarter, he threw 14 passes overall, and the majority of them were to wide receivers. Why? Why did you change your game plan? Why all of a sudden you're going to say, Josh, go win it?
You asked the offensive coordinator that. That's Joe Brady.
I understand.
Well,
yeah, I understand. And Josh Allen gets a lot of credit for getting the Bills out of the hole this year. He should also get blamed for putting them in the hole this year.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. And then I heard you say that you'd take Jared Goff over Josh Allen. And
that's not what I said.
Just listening to what you just said, you value accuracy, not turning the football over, and what was the other thing? Play within your system, biting kneecaps. Would you rather have Josh Allen or Jared Goff?
Well, let me ask you this. If
Can you
Jared
answer my
Goff
question
wins-
first and then go?
If I am coaching a team
So
or owning
no.
a team.
So the answer is no. He's
listen
not
to me.
going to.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I would rather have Jared Goff for a team that I am operating because I think I am risk adverse.
Oh, so I asked you the question, and I said what you said, and you said you didn't say it, and then you just went and said what I said you didn't say.
I said it now. I said it on your show. I didn't say it on our show. I said it on your show. What I said on our show was that Jared Goff's level of accomplishments in terms of the top line, Super Bowl MVP, is actually greater than that of Josh Allen. There's no argument to that. You could say you'd rather Josh Allen, and he's a better quarterback and more talented. So you're saying he's underachieved. Would anyone look, even though Jared Goff is the number one pick overall in the draft, Jason, would you look at Jared Goff's career and say he's underachieved?
No, because I don't think he's that good.
And that's the compliment to him, I actually think.
Wasn't he the
Right?
first overall pick? Went to a Super Bowl. Has been to 3 NFC Championship games now, right?
Yeah.
How is anybody saying he's over? He's of course he's overachieved.
Of course he's overachieved?
Yes.
What just happened here?
He's totally overachieved.
Jared Goff has overachieved as the number one overall pick.
For who he is, yes. Yes.
I would say he's achieved. He may be the greatest example of
The
achievement.
Rams, you guys understand the Rams had to give a first-round pickup for the Lions to take him? Do you understand that? They said, we don't want you. Please, someone take him.
It may be the greatest player-for-player trade that ever existed in NFL history.
It wasn't a player for player, though. It was a player, a pick, and a bunch of money.
I know, but most trades, as you both well know, are players for picks. They're not players for players with picks. That's NBA type trade, right? That's a rare. What we saw with Stafford and Goff was a very rare trade, and yes, there were picks to get off of that, and I understand that. I'm just saying that, like, let's play this out this way. Let's use your quarterback. If over the next 5 years, Jordan Love goes to one NFC title game and loses to in the second round a bunch, no MVPs, and no Super Bowls, how do we look at him?
It's exactly what I was about to ask, actually.
If he has Josh Allen's accomplishments for the next 5 years, how do we look at Jordan Love?
Great question.
Be disappointed.
Interesting. Why is that? Why is that, OT?
Because I think Green Bay's done a much better job of putting people around Jordan Love, and this team's going to continue to. And the AFC is a lot tougher than the NFC. Those are the reasons.
By the way, did not realize how good of a whistler you are.
Thanks.
Very impressive.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Can you whistle any song? Can you give me like a killer song? Give me Mr. Brightside right now. I'll set you up. Here we go.
All right, I'm done whistling. Jesse, what was your nugget that you had?
I can't get you to whistle, Mr. Brightside.
I just whistled it. I gave you a little bar. I'm not going to whistle. We sang way too much last week. Our feedback was too much music, so we're slowing down. What was your nugget, Jesse?
Josh Allen has won 5 playoff games in his career. The quarterbacks that Josh Allen has defeated in the 5 playoff games.
Good one. Yep.
Phillip Rivers' last game in the NFL.
Took him right out of the career.
The Baltimore Ravens, where Lamar Jackson left in the second half, I think in the third quarter.
Don't blame Lamar, though. It's not Lamar's fault.
Oh, shush.
Mac Jones, Skylar Thompson, and Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
the only one left out was, like, I'm surprised he didn't beat me in there. Like, that's how bad the quarterbacks were in that. I mean, think about that. Skylar Thompson, Mac Jones, who's horrific. I mean, whatever the Ravens were throwing out there at that time, and Phillip Rivers as a Colt, and you want to tell me how great this guy is? Oh, please.
No, I'm just saying he doesn't deserve the vitriol you guys are giving him. I'm not crowning him like people are crowning him. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think this team and his coaching staff also needs to improve their game. He makes way too many. He's Favrean. He's Brett Favre.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
No, he's not. No, this,
He's a more
now you're
athletic.
actually getting-
He's
no.
more athletic Brett Favre. That's what he is.
Now you're getting me annoyed. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm not sitting here trying to defend Brett Favre, but let's talk about the number 4 in the Green Bay Packers, okay? Jason, how many MVPs? How many MVPs?
Dude, get
Jason,
off your MVP train. Nobody cares about the MVPs.
How many MVPs did Favre win?
3.
And how many Super Bowls did he go to?
2.
And how many did he win?
1.
And how in the world are we comparing that career to Josh Allen?
He played 18 years. Josh Allen's in year 6. How many did he have in 6 years, Jesse? I think his first year he redshirted. Probably 0? Slow down. All I'm saying is you've been spitting so much hate at him, and I can't figure out why. There is a process. You think Josh Allen's going to go his whole career and not make a Super? He could. He could be, not quite Dan Marino. But to act like he's not a super talented dude, he is. And he's falling short.
He's underachieving.
His teams are
player,
underachieving. I agree.
Think about any player. You know what? Let's not have you and I on this. Jason, I don't know that you've heard me say.
See you later.
No, hold on. Jason, I don't know that you've heard me say this talent thing before. So let's play this out, and I want you to think about it and apply it in your own coverage of the NFL for as long as you have. Do you use met expectations, or do you use the word talented towards people that are yet to meet expectations?
Yet to meet expectations.
It's not insulting. It's just reality, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a way to compliment them despite them not having accomplished the significant...
All right, I want to play a quick game with Evan before we let him go. All right, Evan.
Okay.
Next 5 years. Next 5 years.
It's been a long morning.
Jordan Love, Josh Allen. Who are you taking?
Jordan Love.
Brock Purdy, Josh Allen.
Brock Purdy.
Okay. Yeah, we've had enough. Okay. Good enough. All right, thanks for your time, Evan. If you're taking Brock Purdy over Josh Allen, I can't have a conversation with you about football. We'll have to start talking NBA, Miami Heat, Bucks. We'll talk all that. But if you're going to tell me that you want Brock Purdy over Josh Allen, I can't help you.
In their current, am I getting Brock Purdy with the San Francisco 49ers and Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills? Is that what you're asking me?
I think he's stopped talking.
I can't help you, Evan.
He moved the microphone away.
My microphone is done. I have nothing left to say. I am dumbfounded.
Jason,
finish it up with Jason.
Okay, Jason, question for you on this.
Okay.
Having covered the NFC and Kyle Shanahan, Josh Allen is supremely talented as it compares to Brock Purdy. Relative to what Kyle Shanahan wants to do, would Josh Allen be a good fit in Kyle Shanahan's system?
Here's what I think. I think Kyle Shanahan, which is why he tried to poach Aaron Rodgers, still knows that as great as his system is, you better have a stud running it. Otherwise, you can only get so far. And they almost lost to the Packers, which is why Tausch is blue today. They almost lost to the Packers because their quarterback couldn't make enough plays and because they played not to lose. And so I think if I'm putting myself in Kyle Shanahan's shoes, I want the guy that's super talented, and I'm going to teach him to play within my system and still have more talent than the guy that I have. So I think he would rather have Josh Allen if he could harness that talent, but that's the debate you're having. Is that talent ever going to be good enough because he's also makes mistakes or bad decisions?
Yep. Yes, that's it. And I do think now Tausch's point about the organization, I do agree with. Like, I think one of the problems with Josh Allen is he has a peer as a head coach, and I think he needs a boss, which is why I don't understand why they wouldn't go all in for Belichick. Like, if you put Belichick with Josh Allen, forget it. They're going to the Super Bowl next year. I'd be stunned if they didn't. He'll fix him. There's no question in my mind he'd fix him.
Yeah.
And that's where that organization, made a mistake. And by the way, to go full circle with the Packers, there's an argument that at the end, maybe Aaron Rodgers needed a boss and not a peer in Matt LaFleur. Because when Matt LaFleur became a boss this year, look what happened. Excellent point. Before you go, I did have one question.
Tausch feels like the Packers should be playing the NFC Championship game in Detroit. They were the better team on Saturday night. What do you know what you think the line would be? Would the Packers be favored or underdogs in Detroit? And do you believe that the Packers belong in the NFC Championship game?
So Jesse gave me some homework. You know, that's what happens when you don't do your own homework. You give it to someone else kind of thing. So Jesse gave me some homework, and he asked me about this. And so I reached out to someone in Vegas who works in that world, not a handicapper, but somebody who works in the gambling space. And he said to me, I will read you the text I got, Jason. He said, great question. I'll go Lions, which is obviously yours, not mine. I'll go Lions -2.5. They'd be home, but Green Bay would get such a boost in the market after wins over Dallas and San Francisco, in the hypothetical, obviously.
Yep. You were right, Tausch. On a neutral field, they go.
He's back when we were telling him he was right.
What a mature way of doing it. I don't agree with you on something, so I'm going to stop talking.
Not agreeing with you. It's just absurd.
All right, well, Evan, be thankful. I've got 2 hours and 4 minutes to go still, but your time here is done. We appreciate you a lot. Thanks.
Wait, can I ask you one question, please, on the way out?
Yes, absolutely.
What do we think about Doc Rivers? Are we confident in Doc Rivers?
No.
Are we just happy he's not Adrian Griffin?
I'm not at all.
Yeah, so I don't want to impose on you, but that was actually what I was hoping we would talk about, because you know a lot more about the NBA than I do. So I don't know what's on your schedule for the rest of the morning. If you'd like to come back, we'd love to spend more time with you later.
Sure, what time? Because I know it'll annoy. This would be amazing. Tausch is ready to kill me right now, and today's the day I do a 2-a-day with you. I love this. What time? Tell me what time.
12:05. Tuna.
It's a digital only. Evan, we appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Oh, I was excited. All right, bye.
No, I think Jesse should call him later so we can talk Bucks.
I'll do a digi only. We can do a digi only.
Okay.
You want to do a Doc Digi after the show?
No, I can't today, but we could tomorrow. What? I can't today. It's not working on my schedule.
We still have another break in this hour.
Yeah. Josh, can you imagine having the audacity to say that I would take that you would take Brock Purdy over Josh Allen? Let me tell you who wouldn't: Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams.
I thought there was
Brendan
a chance.
Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. Probably would say, "Yeah, Josh, pretty good."
I thought there was a chance that things would improve after that. They apparently aren't. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The 13th ranked Wisconsin Badgers remain in first place of the Big Ten following a road win Tuesday night at Minnesota. The Badgers are now 7-1 in Big Ten play. Head coach Greg Gard after the game.
I think they told me we had 8 straight stops in a row. They get 1 point on the last 5 possessions and made enough plays down the stretch to be able to finish it off. A lot of good things, some better things defensively than maybe we were the other night.
The Badgers return home this Friday to play host to Michigan State at the Kohl Center. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock Friday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tausch here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Untethered, unfiltered, and unbothered.
I mean, I love me some Jordan Love, but you know what else I love? Strippers.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, and sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
That's what I want for my birthday. Listen, Jordan Love, I'll see you one day, buddy.
Weekdays from 2 to 5, right here on 94.5 ESPN, and subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977. The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Thanks to Evan Cohen.
What are you guys all like jabbering about back there? I feel like you're talking about me in the back.
We're not talking about you. I'm happy to tell it to your face. I don't know how to move forward with you today. I don't know what is going to set you off next.
What has set me off?
You got after Evan in a pretty big way. There's a lot of lashing out today. I just feel like you're redirecting your frustration with the Packers not playing on Sunday toward those that are surrounding you today.
All right, so we'll reset. You get jolly old T back at 10:15, whatever time you decide to get us back out. Whatever time you decide to get us started in the 10 o'clock hour, that's fine. But I guess the point is, was I lashing? You guys can say lashing. I'm frustrated in the fact that I feel like we always say, wait till next year. Wait till next year. Oh, it's going to be better. Oh, da-da-da. And the point is, look around. It's been 14 years. And we've had a lot of really good teams.
You're right.
And I think part of what the frustrating part for me is, and you want to say, again, lash, we beat the Dallas Cowboys, which was, to me, there were two teams that were better than Green Bay going into the playoffs. And I said that. Dallas and San Fran.
You did.
And the fact that we crushed Dallas at their place and had San Fran at the worst on the ropes at their place.
Yep.
when you knock off the top 2 teams in your conference, you should feel pretty dang good about where you're at this season. And that's all I was trying to illustrate. And the fact that we're all just so happy Jesse's moving on 5 minutes after the game, I just don't think everybody feels that way. And I voiced my frustration to you and Jesse both in that realm.
And my retort to you is, if you choose to go with a inexperienced kicker because your expectations for this season is that you're going to be willing to endure growing pains at that position, and he misses a 41-yard field goal with 6 minutes left in the game, you kind of made your bed. If you go with a first-year starting quarterback who was star-spangled awesome for 9 consecutive games, he is potentially... He doesn't have to be Josh Allen to do it, by the way. Going to throw a stupid pass, which Jordan Love would tell you was a stupid pass. I'm not ripping my guy that I like. He would rip him. He called it. I committed one of the mortal sins.
Yeah.
And my whole point about him and how he was playing was that we thought he was past that, and that was on us because he's still a young quarterback, and he's still allowed to make occasional mistakes. But if you throw that pick, and you drop 2 interceptions, and your defense that you fired your coordinator of can't get a stop when the game's on the line, and your rookie kicker misses a 41-yard field goal, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be playing in the NFC Championship game. You made those mistakes. So, yes, you had a better team on the ropes. You squandered an opportunity. You're right about all those things. But the plays were there to be made, and they failed. And you're the one who talks to us about the expectation game all the time, and you're right. But my expectations were never at that level. So the fact that they were even there, I get it. But you're right. Your expectations changed. And during that game, you forgot what your expectations had been, and they became similar to what your expectations were for Aaron Rodgers' quarterback teams, which by the way, let you down time and time again in the end. And I think that's why you're struggling, if you were to ask me for my opinion, which I know you didn't. My opinion
is true. I did
not. My opinion is I can't wait for Kohler Services to redo our bathroom.
I bet you can't, Ted. You know what? If you're looking at getting a new bath or shower, thinking about updating it, turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler Design consultants and installers, they'll do the work for you. I'm not going to get into tight pants and everything today. I'm not doing that. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request a free quote with fast, professional installation always included. Not you digging around with a hammer. I can't help myself. That's KohlerServicesWI.com for that free, fast, professional installation and the free quote. Get it going today.
The 10 o'clock hour begins in 2 minutes, and I cannot wait because Tausch is going to tell you about Johnson & Sons paving during it. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. The 14th-ranked Golden Eagles were able to hold off DePaul for an 86-73 road win. MU shot 55% from the floor and knocked down a season-high 15 three-pointers. 6 of those came off the hands of junior forward David Joplin, who finished with 21 points.
At the free throw line, off to Joplin. Have that one. Wide open. I'll let your boy again. He's hot tonight, feeling it.
Marquette improved to 14-5 overall and 5-3 in Big East play. They're back home at Fiserv Forum Saturday morning to face Seton Hall.
Who makes dental and vision insurance simple? That's easy. Delta Dental of Wisconsin. If you ask yourself, who encourages you to use your dental and vision benefits for preventative care, provides quick service, offers access to the largest provider networks, and helps you save money when you need more than a checkup, there's only one answer. Definitely Delta Dental. For more information, call Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, named synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Brewers win!
Get more from your live baseball experience with the 2024 Brewers Ticket Plan. On sale now. Don't miss more exclusive Brewers season seat holder rewards, like your very own batting practice session, more can't-miss action, and more access to the game you love. It's your ticket to being a VIP Brewers fan this season. Plus, you'll enjoy savings on ticket prices you can't get anywhere else. Learn more at brewers.com/ticket plans.
A porter is in order at the Delafield Brew House. Their medium-bodied ale is brewed with dark roasted malt for a smooth, bold finish. Stop in for a porter and amazing food at the Delafield Brew House. Drink ale, live lager.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the home of the Green Bay Playoff Plunge. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Going to read this in my most dramatic tone.
What are you reading?
I think the frustration I have is the Packers handled the number 2 seed.
Handled them. Man, whoever put that out, it should be manhandled them.
Okay, let me start over. I think the frustration I have is the Packers manhandled the number 2 seed and had the number 1 seed on the ropes.
More than on the ropes. Rope-a-doped.
And that we would feel great going into Detroit on Sunday.
Really great. Some say we'd be favored.
Have you already moved on? Or will Sunday be a tough watch if you're not at a youth hockey game? Thinking we should be playing. 844-770-3776.
And whoever put that, that's a very deep, very genius, thought-provoking comment.
It is, no doubt about it. You'll find that on...
Well, I know, again, I don't want to tell you, Jason. I don't want to hijack the show and to take you not letting poor little Jason stand up for himself. That's not what I was doing, by the way. I don't know who tweeted that.
Yeah, someone told Tausch he hijacked the show, so now he's irritated.
I'm really irritated about hijacking.
Whoa. Hey, whoever that is, don't help. Okay? Well, don't try to help.
My point was to you guys is that it just doesn't, you don't snap your fingers and you're back in the playoffs. It's just not how it works.
You're right.
And that was my only point. No hijacking, no this other stuff.
All right, I'm not sure this is a good idea or not anymore, but people called. And maybe you could commiserate with them. Maybe they're feeling the same way you are, and it'll be like a just kind of a coming together of people.
You don't want to say therapy session.
I don't. It was right there, and I was like,
no,
don't say it.
I heard. I saw.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You think that I'm some fragile little? Just shoot, man. You're not going to break old tea. Go ahead.
Fragile. Let's start with Ed in West Bend. Ed. Thanks for holding on so long. Good morning. Can you help us? And by us, I really mean me more than anyone else.
Yeah, I agree with Tausch.
Yes, Ed.
Make the shirt.
Luckily.
Missed opportunity. And I don't know. We might not get a good chance like this for another 3 or 5 years. So I just feel like the NFC was kind of weak this year compared to other years, I guess.
It was. I agree with that.
And they, I don't know. They could have beat the Lions. I don't know if they could have beat Baltimore, but they could have been there.
Yep.
So.
Ed, will you watch Sunday with any remorse? Or are you going to watch? You'll watch Sunday, right? You'll watch the games. Are you going to have any, we should be there, or are you just going to watch and enjoy the game?
I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I might just go ice fishing instead. I don't know.
Ooh, what's biting right now?
Tough to watch because if I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think the outcome of the game will change anything for me. But I just know that it's another year where they were, probably one or two players away from getting over that hump again, and they didn't make a move with anything. They're just like, we're going young, but then they turned the corner and they didn't do anything. They kind of sat dormant and stick with what they had.
Yeah,
which they still could have got there, but like I said, I haven't watched Baltimore.
They're good.
So I don't know how much if they're the powerhouse, you know what I mean. But no one in the NFC was.
Agreed.
So it's definitely a missed opportunity.
Agreed. Ed, I got a quick question before you go on the ice. So with all this warmth, you had that really cold week last week. How much ice, the depth of the ice is going to lose over these next 2 or 3 days? You're confident you're going out there, it's going to be strong and you're going to hold up and everything?
Yeah, I might go somewhere shallow so I can climb out if I go through.
Oh,
but
that's dedication.
I'd worry more about next week because next week's supposed to be 40s and then kind of warmer at night. There's plenty of ice right now, but
okay.
All right, Ed. As a fan of Fleet Farm, I could talk about ice fishing all day, but I actually want to follow up on something you said first about you not watching the game and how you're feeling. And I agree with Tausch, which my good buddy Travis just sent me a text if we want to actually make those T-shirts. He owns a very successful printing company, so we might actually have these T-shirts now. I want to know this. Because it feels like there's almost this overcorrection with you and Tausch, that there's so many people that are looking at this bright future and are excited about it, and you guys are pushing back on them saying, hey, you don't get these opportunities, nothing is guaranteed. We all know it's not guaranteed. But this is, I think the reason why you and Tausch are so jarring to me is that, yeah, we know they missed an opportunity, but the future feels so bright. And it's almost like, and I don't want to put words in either of your mouths, but it's almost like you're scared that we're poo-pooing the missed opportunities because we feel good about what's in front of this team. It's hard not to feel good about what's in front of this team. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think it's an either or, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't think it's either, I'm really crestfallen that they wasted this opportunity they had, or I don't care at all about it because the future's bright. I think it can be both.
Yeah, I think it's like this playoff run reminds me of the Badgers when the Badgers basketball team could have won it all, but they missed it. It just feels like this was that type of team, and they haven't ended up back there. Nothing in the future is guaranteed either. The future's bright, sure, but they might not even make the playoffs for another 2 or 3 years if the Vikings get better. Detroit's obviously good. I mean, you don't know what the future holds either. You know what I mean?
I just find myself, and thanks for the call, and be safe out there on the ice, please. I just find myself thinking that our being conditioned as Wisconsin sports fans, it's almost as if now we're afraid to be excited about how bright the future is. Oh, and nothing's guaranteed. Oh, look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're a cautionary tale. They're not guaranteed making the playoffs.
Do you think this is also a way to cope with another crushing loss?
Maybe.
I think it's probably both.
I didn't realize that it was as crushing as it appears to be for you. I've seen you after crushing losses as a player and as a analyst. And you're right. Losing in the NFC Championship game with every opportunity at home after you, and I understand.
Yeah, that's way ahead of this.
There.
Way ahead of this. For me.
But this is not. It's. You were downtrodden then. I just wasn't expecting it on Thursday. You seem to be better on Monday than you are now.
Yeah, I just think when you see what's ahead and the fact that you potentially had knocked off the two best teams in the NFC. I know we didn't. But the coast, as my old buddy, I don't know what that artist's name is, but he's played at the AmFam Championship. The coast was clear. Jesse, make sure we get that song. I'll get you the artist. The coast is clear. The coast was clear, and now it's not. And you know what? Ironically enough, super foggy out today.
All right. Well, Drake White, if you would tell us a little bit.
Drake White, yes, that's it.
If you would be so kind as to tell us about your upcoming shift for Johnson and Sons Paving, we can shift gears a little bit.
Yep, and it's early in the year. If you're like me, that means you're going to start budgeting out what you all want to get done in 2024. And right now is the time to set preferred dates for booking Johnson and Sons Paving. Whether it's asphalt or concrete, they set the standard. Maybe you need patching, but you know that you want a full repaving later. Talk with a project manager. Set yourself up with a 5-year game plan. 2 civil engineers on staff and a team with 2 decades of experience. Johnson & Sons, they've seen it all. Booking work now gives you all of the time you need to get the right paperwork in place. Johnson & Sons know how to build whatever ideas you have the right way. Get started now at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Whatever this is, it's not therapy, but we'll take more of your calls. 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
After 3 seasons in Green Bay, Joe Barry will not return as the Packers defensive coordinator in 2024. Head coach Matt LaFleur issued a statement saying, quote, "We want to thank Joe for his commitment and contributions to our success the past 3 seasons. These decisions are extremely difficult, and Joe is one of the best men I've had the opportunity to work with in this league." During locker cleanout on Monday, defensive tackle Kenny Clark discussed his time working under the tutelage of Barry.
Love Joe B, love the work that we, put in. We've been through a lot this year. Got nothing but respect for how we all just handled it, stuck it out, and pulled it all together.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm joined by Dr. Mike Jarkson. Doctor, how common is it for somebody to come into OAW with a pretty low quality of life due to pain and immobility, and for them to eventually see those problems go away?
It happens every day here at the Spine Center. Some cases are certainly more drastic than others. We do have cases of patients who literally losing their ability to walk and unfortunately needed an operation and then 2 months later are walking normally again. That's incredibly rewarding. There's also those sports medicine cases where people, just as importantly, can't function the way they want to. That's equally rewarding. Okay, maybe they didn't have as grave a problem as the person who couldn't walk, but for them, it was just as important that they couldn't do the sport or the activity that they wanted to do. Also very rewarding to help those people return to their desired level of activity.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The 13th ranked Wisconsin Badgers remain in first place of the Big Ten following a road win Tuesday night at Minnesota. The Badgers are now 7-1 in Big Ten play. Head coach Greg Gard after the game.
I think they told me we had 8 straight stops in a row. They get 1 point in the last 5 possessions and made enough plays down the stretch to be able to finish it off. A lot of good things, some better things defensively than maybe we were the other night.
The Badgers return home this Friday to play host to Michigan State at the Kohl Center. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock Friday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Watch your team compete on big screens in Team McSee's Sports Bar or the Sports Illustrated Sportsbook Room. Yes, you can bet the spread, parlays, futures, and more with Sports Illustrated Sportsbook at Island Resort and Casino. Your place to bet on sports. To book a game-time getaway at the Island, call 800-682-6040 today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
844-770-3776. Let's get some more of your calls. Are you like Tausch? Are you blue? I think Jesse Tausch was looking for the musical stylings of Drake White there. He didn't get them, so just
I'm
FYI.
all right, though. I know Jesse's working hard back there.
He is. Yes.
So I'm not mad at Jesse.
Who are you mad at?
I'm not mad at anybody. I'm disappointed that the Green Bay Packers aren't playing on Sunday, and I'm, if I'm being honest with you, you're not a fan. I'm not disappointed in you. Disappointed in Jesse. Not about not playing Drake White, but the fact that he just Sunday morning at 2 a.m. when he's had a bunch of Coors Lights, he's like, all right, let's just move on to next year. That's the part. I'm a little bit irritated with Jesse, but otherwise, everything's good.
Let's go to Eric in Green Bay. Eric, have you moved on? Are you feeling blue? Are you sad? What do you got?
Jesse's on the phone taking a different call. Jesse, play Eric. Now I'm mad at Jesse. Jesse, put Eric on, please. Oh, old Jelly's overworked back there.
It's wound up being one of those days, hasn't it?
He's taking 2 weeks off to watch a dog, so we can wear him out today.
We didn't even get to that
I
yet.
know. All right, Eric, what do you got?
Eric?
Now Eric's not even here.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Eric's going back on hold.
Jesse, I thought...
Why don't you tell us who's next then?
There, he's right here. I don't know what to tell you. This is on Eric.
Eric? Hi?
I mean, in fairness to Eric, he has been on hold for an hour and 15 minutes, so he probably,
and everything else.
For the first time in an hour and 15 minutes, he stepped away to go pee.
Hey,
and
he's not on the list. Cross him off.
Yep.
Who's next?
How about Ed in Mount Horeb? Ed, good morning.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, there's Ed.
Hi. Well, exactly. So I'm in Tausch's camp that I can understand where Tausch is at because I'm an avid Packer fan, and the disappointment is they had it. You know, they were a better team. Yeah, Jordan Love did, miss that. He threw an interception, but there was a lot more before that would have cased the game. That was just one thing that stuck out. The other thing is that, yeah, they got a lot of potential. Everything looks great next year, but I think Tausch looks at it, goes, you don't get that many opportunities.
So hard
and you
to
got
get
to
back
take
there.
advantage of it.
So hard to get back
Right?
to that spot. Injuries and luck and yeah.
Right, and then look what happened to the Jets. You don't have to look very far. They get Rodgers, and what did they think? They got a great defense. They're automatically going to go and be a competitive and maybe get to the Super Bowl, and 4 plays later,
bam,
they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and so I get Jason and I get Mark, but I get with Mark saying, I probably may not watch the game. I could care less because I know the Packers could beat 49ers and I know they could whip the Lions. So I'm one that's like, I can get it. It's hard to get back there, and I can get where Mark's coming from. He's not sulking or anything. It's just that
yes, he is.
He's been there as a player, right?
He's sulking.
He understands. Thank
understands.
you, Ed. No, Ed understands. And so far, every caller has understood where I'm coming from. Everyone. And I think I haven't checked the
all two of them.
I haven't checked the talk and text line or Twitter. You have the one guy that's claiming I'm hijacking, which is completely blah, 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 blah. Everybody
don't help.
else, I believe, Jesse, is it a fair assessment that more people are on Old T's side here than Old Jelly's?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you. All right, who's next? Who's going to agree with me next?
Eric! Jesse.
Eric called back, but he said, put me second. I got to run into the store. That one's on us.
I agreed. All right, who's next?
You have the list. You run your own show here.
Well, trust me, somebody has to. I don't have the list. I haven't looked at it.
How about Greg and Greenfield? Would that work for everyone?
Sure. G into G.
Lovely.
Hi, Greg. How are you? Well, hey, do you want to host the rest of the show?
Okay. I think I'd be saying the same thing as Tausch.
Thank you.
We're making the shirts. I don't care what it costs. We're making the shirts. All right. So my question: are you? Why have you felt this way the whole time? Or they fired Joe Barry yesterday. Like we spent a lot of time on that, right? Like they were not expected to be where they were. I understand it's hard to get there, but. They made a bunch of mistakes. They lost the game for a reason. Their quarterback threw the kind of interception that we make fun of Brett Favre for making at his point in his career, which is obviously different than where Jordan was. But, this is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl is what we play whenever we think of that interception. It's not like they didn't deserve to lose. They made the mistakes they made. Right?
Yeah, I can agree with you to a certain point there, but the Packers had them on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Now at this point, I just want the San Francisco-Detroit game to be over. I watched the game at my favorite watering hole, Kingpins, and I'm thinking people are going nuts, crazy, this is great. Now come this Sunday, I have an issue going down there for the 5:30 game because it's going to bring back bad memories where they could be.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Now, and if Frisco wins, I don't care. Detroit wins, I don't care. The simple fact here is this. The Packers were a hot underdog,
healthy,
media darling.
Healthy,
yes, absolutely, and ready to take everything by storm.
Yep.
And all that went up in smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I can see in slow motion as I'm watching the game was when Love threw that one interception, the first one, where my heart sunk and I says, uh-oh. And things just kind of unraveled from there. I still don't know if the ball slipped out of his hand or what, but that being said, it's really kind of sad that it has to end this way. And Tausch is right. You may not be back for years, not for years, and you'll never be in this position again as a media darling underdog.
The underdog days are over. Underdog days are long gone. Over. Those are done, Jason. Thanks for the call. Kingpins, maybe that'll be a spot that Jesse tries to throw that 3 hundo. Sounds like a bowling alley.
It does sound bowling alley-esque.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. We'll get to more of your calls. I guess the narrative on this show is they may never get back there again.
No,
I've heard multiple callers say that. It's hard to get there. You may never get back there again.
To a Super Bowl? It's certainly looking that way.
They didn't get to a Super Bowl. They lost in a divisional playoff round.
13 years.
They lost in the same spot that they did at home against the 49ers in 2021 with Aaron Rodgers and the number 1 seed coming off a bye.
So just for the record, I firmly believe this team will be back in the playoffs next year, but Old boy's point was as a underdog. And what did we talk about? The naivete of not knowing any better. Like, that stuff is good. And it was good until it wasn't. So that's the point on this. They will be back. But is it going to be a team that's as healthy and locked and loaded as this group was? No. The answer is probably no.
Jesse, I would like to make sure that we're on Eric's schedule. Is he out of the store? Would you like to take a break and then take his call after?
I would like to trade places with Eric as soon as possible.
I got dibs on that. He's in Green Bay.
Yeah, you're closer.
I don't know what store he's in, but I think I could trade places more quickly.
I'm going to Kingpins is what I'm doing. We can wait for Eric until after the break. I'll give him time to check out or go to his next stop, maybe grab a snack, some fried chicken at Quick Trip. I don't know, whatever he wants to do.
All right. I did tweet this out. You can join us on the video feed if you're interested in that. But the question that I have at this point is this, and this is what we're asking you. Tausch is having a tough time coping with the Packers not being in the NFC Championship game on Sunday because of the opportunity they squandered. Are you struggling like he is? Just don't use the word therapy. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcast for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Here in Wisconsin, we love our sports year-round, right down to the Packers games and the Lambeau snow. If you want to show your love for the green and gold every day, you got it with Associated Bank's exclusive Packers checking account. A one-of-a-kind debit card, a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, plus everything you'll score as an Associated Bank customer. Best of all, you'll get a banking partner based right here in the Midwest. Visit AssociatedBank.com/Packers to get started today. You've got this with Associated Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
You can make the decision right now to get lasting relief from that awful joint pain for 2024. Don't go another year compromising because of that pain in your knees or your shoulders. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative, non-surgical pain relief. Your body has what it takes to restore and repair that damaged joint tissue, and QC Kinetics can make it happen. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. Hi, this is Brad Nortman. The future of pain treatments has arrived. Hundreds of board-certified QC
Kinetics providers have treated tens of thousands of satisfied patients all over America. People with back pain, hip pain, any pain associated with arthritis or an injury. This is not a Band-Aid. This is a revolutionary treatment that can get you moving again. Get your life back. This is the year that you can decide to fight against that pain. Take the first step and call QC Kinetics now. Get a free consultation scheduled today. Call 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Get to a couple more calls.
JW, are you a little surprised that, I know you always make fun of, I agree with Tausch in this, but are you surprised that it's been I don't want to say unanimous, but that...
No, it has been so far. It has been unanimous.
No, I've seen some social media and some little tweety deals have been...
I guess this sounds like a polluted mindset to me.
On your end?
No, on your end. Well, maybe not your end, on some of the other calls' ends. So some of these calls have been, you never know if you're going to get back. This fan base was brimming with excitement and confidence and belief that this is the start of a beautiful, wide open Pella window.
I think everybody still feels that way.
But they're not. They don't sound like it's day
because it's an opportunity squandered, brother.
Right. Brother, on Saturday night, and we're sitting here on Thursday, and we're still I would have thought there'd be disappointment in the immediate aftermath.
Need to get through this game. Just need to get through Sunday, and I think then the Super Bowl
find something else to do on Sunday. I'm telling you, go to a youth hockey game, even if your kid's not playing. Go find something else.
I always think that's the creepiest thing when people are like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" It's a youth hockey. What do you think I'm watching? I'm just here to scout some 12-year-olds.
I just found out Becca's grandpa's birthday party is at 4:30 on Sunday.
Stuckey's? Is it at Stuckey's?
I'm not sure where it is.
Kingpin.
Somewhere. We're going for dinner somewhere. Would you like to take my place? Because I would like to watch the games. Would you like to go in my stead to grandpa's birthday?
I do not think that's a great idea. No, for anyone.
I don't want to leave Eric on hold any longer because if we do,
we don't know. He might be checking out. Lord knows what he could be doing
in the yard at Fleet Farm. Eric! Hello? Hi?
Are we good?
Hey!
There we go.
This is your opportunity to say I agree with Tausch. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
It actually is my opportunity to say I agree with Tausch, which isn't every day. It happens a lot when I call in on Wisconsin Trivia Wednesdays and he's throwing me a bone.
Yep.
I'll agree with Tausch there. But, no, I'm just... It's a crushing loss any way you look at it. We were the darlings going in this year. I don't want to downplay, what we did at Dallas and their home streak and the way they would just dismantle teams at AT&T. And we went there and we owned them. And we were carrying that momentum into San Fran. And, you look at it, favorites or not, going into a game against Detroit, after being, 7-point underdogs and 9, 10-point underdogs, you got to look into, at the worst, it's a coin flip, if not possibly favored. Just the other thing that was just so fun about this run is just how likable this team was. Just kind of getting through some of the drama, the Rasul trade kind of coming out of nowhere. Whether it was Aaron Jones, possibly producing the best 5-game streak in a Packer running back we've ever seen.
Fresh and healthy, yep.
Or Jordan Love with one kind of garbage time incompletion away from a perfect game in the playoffs. There was just so many things that were just so... the you just hearing the side stories, like the interviews in the locker room and the attitude, and Jaden Reed just talking about how much fun he's having blocking for Aaron Jones despite the kid not getting a catch that game. I mean, it was just such a fun run, and just like I said, we had him on the ropes, and I think what hurts is if we were going to lose, you'd rather just go down and be the worst team and still have all those kind of building blocks going forward. So I think both can be true. I am fired up for next year, but man, am I hurting because these opportunities are so tough, and I do think we'll get back.
Yeah, I do too.
It just looked like in the fourth quarter we were, despite all odds, we were getting to work on time. There was just one snowbank in our way, and we were heading on in, and we stumbled and we spilled our lunchbox all over the place.
Yeah, and we got it on video, and we're going to play it later. That's exactly right. Thanks for the call.
You know, on a quick side note, I'm a physical therapist, and I do fall prevention talk. So if that video does become public, the folks at the senior center might appreciate that. I'll have your people get a hold of my people.
I got bad news for everybody on the video.
What's the bad news?
Our request has been denied.
Well, we'll appeal.
Yeah, that I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, I'm going to talk to Tommy.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Before you go,
FOIA? Don't we have FOIA?
Before you go, aren't all these things still applicable for next year? Again, I'm not a fan. I'm glad you're agreeing with Tausch. It's one of the great things about this program. But all those cool things you just rattled off about Jordan Love and this team being fun to root for, and Jaden Reed and the attitude, are those now null and void, or do they still apply to 2024?
They're not null and void, and that's why I'm pumped about next year. But again, though, it's just we were as healthy as I've ever seen a Packer team going into the playoffs. And I think that's what stings is that it could be Jordan Love, it could be Aaron Jones again next year. You see how fickle that can be. It's just those opportunities to be that hot and that healthy and naive and all those things. But I think with Rodgers, and I think the big difference with this team now is there is an expectation. It's like the Bucs. It doesn't matter who the coach is. If you have Giannis and one or two of your stars, you know you're going to make a run, and those losses don't hurt as much. The Rodgers ones, when you blow the lead, yeah, they stink. But there was this feeling that you just, with an MVP quarterback, you knew you would be there. And maybe part of it is Jordan Love is ascending, but you just don't quite know what that's going to look like. Or, again, if Jones is out next year, or whoever's...
Or if he's not back.
Running the ball, it's just... Exactly, he might not be back. And it just... To have that kind of health and that kind of momentum, it's just all the ducks are kind of in a line. And
so everyone would feel better if they'd have gotten blown out, but they were 10.5-point underdogs.
Yes.
Everyone would have felt better if they
100%.
lost by 20.
I would have.
Yep.
Because then it's just not our year. We're not there yet, but we're building on it 100%. And, Jason, the thing you're not getting, and I think now you're starting to kind of pinpoint onto Eric and other people that are agreeing with old T, is we're not saying that we'll never get back. But y'all are acting like it's an ordained deal.
I'm not.
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So the point is, you can be, there is not one Packer fan, if we polled, there's not one that isn't saying they're excited about the future of this team. Everybody is. But you can be incredibly disappointed in a blown opportunity, and all the stuff Eric and I and other people have said, positioned to knock off the two quote-unquote best teams in the NFC as a 7th seed was pretty special too. And we had that opportunity. It's gone. And until a little more time elapses, I'm still focused on that, which you don't agree with, Jelly doesn't agree with, but it doesn't matter. That's how I feel.
Let's go to Paul in Fond du Lac so we can get some more of your calls. Paul, thanks for holding on. What do you got for us?
Hey, I guess I got it. Yeah, I feel really bad that we lost to San Francisco. I guess the thing that really makes me feel bad is, do you hear what Kittle said about the Packers on the Pat McAfee show yesterday?
No, what did he say? Missed it.
Well,
no, he'll clean it up. What did he have to say, Paul? In a clean way.
Shit.
Dumb.
What? Oh, he swore. We asked Paul not to swear.
Well, what do you do?
Well, yeah, but we asked him to not swear. You trust people. Paul swore, eh? Come on,
I didn't
Paul.
think here. And here I thought, what could make this worse?
What did George Kittle say? Can you give me a summarized version?
Yes, I can. He was getting after Ty Schmidt, who is a Packers fan, and he basically said, "Go Pack, go blank into the off season," or whatever it was.
Okay.
There's an F word in there. I think George Kittle was in the spirit of that program. Playing along. I don't think that there was a disrespect there, but I know some Packers fans seem to be taking it that way.
I don't know. Did he agree with me or not? I was trying to keep it. I got a running tally.
He didn't really get an opportunity to state his case.
Do you think it was Digi only or what?
I don't know. He thought it was the Pat McAfee show. All right. I thought, what else could go wrong? What else could you? I didn't see profanity being the next thing on the to-do list of today's show. I'm just going to segue into Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Thanks to David and his team for being such a supportive partner of the show. If you need legal advice because you've been seriously injured in an accident, Gruber Law Offices, gruber-law.com is the website. Find out more about their firm and about everything they do in the community, or give them a call to 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. All right, Jesse, when you're done dumping calls, what would you like to do next? Because we have double trivia scheduled for today as well.
Should we finish the show with double trivia?
No.
Wow.
No. You'll be doing it by yourself.
With a big bow. Yeah.
I think we should get to the two calls that we have remaining on hold. We can do that next. Justin Garcia is coming up at 11:15 today.
Ooh.
So we're going to talk some Bucks. Doc Rivers.
I think you got me that watcher.
I think we've got some room at in place of Whoa Nelly, we could do double geography trivia.
Okay.
But that requires you two to commit to being tight with JG and not catching up on WWE and all the other stuff he might want to talk about. Are you willing to do that, Tausch?
Yes. Absolutely I am.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
Everyone's using Daniel Jones as why Jordan Love's going to get paid all that money. I think it's the opposite. I think it's what you just hit.
Right.
I think that it's more of like, hey, be careful. Don't just jump into paying someone unless you're sure.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Is that how you manage?
That is not how you manage, but that might be the way that the Green Bay Packers organization goes about their business.
It's the way the Green Bay Packers...
we know they go about their business like that.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The 13th ranked Wisconsin Badgers remain in first place of the Big Ten following a road win Tuesday night at Minnesota. The Badgers are now 7-1 in Big Ten play. Head coach Greg Gard after the game.
I think they told me we had 8 straight stops in a row. They get 1 point on the last 5 possessions and made enough plays down the stretch to be able to finish it off. You know, a lot of good things, some better things defensively than maybe we were the other night.
The Badgers return home this Friday to play host to Michigan State at the Kohl Center. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock Friday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, if you love playing fantasy sports, do what I do and take the sports action to the next level with Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Mark Tauscher here, and right now I am in sports heaven. With the football playoffs in full swing and basketball season really heating up, there is no better way to turn all the big games into 100 times your money with Prize Picks. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It is that easy. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. I love the easy gameplay. play, quick withdrawals, and a huge selection of players and stat options. And check this out. PrizePicks is the only daily fantasy platform with injury insurance to keep you in the game even if one of your players goes down. Over 7 million sports fans have already signed up, and I'm one of them. So join me and watch your favorite players and get paid doing it. Right now, PrizePicks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the PrizePicks app and use the promo code WI. That's code WI on PrizePicks for a first deposit match of up to $100. PrizePicks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
The Bucks started the post-Adrian Griffin era off with a win, taking down the Cleveland Cavaliers 126-116 at Fiserv Forum, snapping the Cavs' 8-game winning streak. Giannis had his third triple-double in the last 4 games and the 7th of the season, finishing with 35 points, a season-high tying 18 rebounds and 10 assists.
Giannis into the front court, sends it to Beasley. This would be the triple-double, and Dame knocks it down. Consecutive games with a triple-double.
Damian Lillard added 28 points, while Chris Middleton chipped in 24. The Bucks and Cavaliers meet again Friday night back at Fiserv Forum.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
The next disaster is coming. Make a plan. Keep extra medication on hand. Make copies of important documents. Stay informed and be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Share.
As Tausch works his way through the disappointment of the squandered opportunity the Packers had to go to the NFC Championship game. Let's go to Jason in Manitowoc. Jason, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you today? Hey, guys, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are too. A couple of things. One, we should be really glad the Packers took positive steps. Of course, firing the DC. They fired the strength and conditioning coordinator to better understand injuries. And also they're contracting with an agency, an organization, to help them better understand why they're having so many hamstring soft tissue injuries. So those are all really positive, affirmative steps that the Packers are taking. The second thing is the best explanation, and I'm disappointed with the loss, don't get me wrong, but the best explanation was from Wayne Larrivee, and he said that when they lost Zach Tom, Bosa started making a few plays here and there. When they lost their edge rusher, and I'm going to butcher the name, and Gabare, they lost that rotation. And at the end of the game, the D-line was gassed. Now, that's Wayne Larrivee saying that. So the Packers had 3 opportunities in the red zone, got 3 points in the first half, maybe 6 points.
Yep, 6.
They missed 2 interceptions. They probably should have had, regardless if you can speculate if one was a pick 6 or not. That's immaterial. They missed the 2 interceptions. And, Jason really is right in that, even though they had opportunities, the championship team pulled it together at the end, and the Packers were gassed at the end. They did not have the players to compete. So I can understand the disappointment. I'm disappointed as well as anybody, but the Packers are taking positive steps, and I think next year will be a very good year. So let's all just chill a little bit and just really understand what's going on here.
Your call is very much appreciated, Jason. Thank you. Tausch, my question based on what Jason just said is this. Did the Packers get what they deserved?
Sounds like it. According to you guys, yeah.
Well, no, I'm asking you, do you think they did? Like, if you throw that interception, if you don't get a stop on the final drive, if you drop 2 interceptions, if you have 3 trips into the red zone in the first half and you have 6 points to show for it, if that was a team other than the one that you cheer for, would you not look at them and go, hey, sorry, you got what you deserved?
They did get what they deserved. They got beat. They're not playing Sunday. That doesn't mean I have to just say, oh, well, it would have been a pick 6, and J.J. Enigbare wasn't able to play. They didn't have Deebo Samuel playing for them. So the point is, San Francisco is a deeper, better team. I'm not arguing that. They weren't that day. And when you have those opportunities, and when you don't convert a 4th and 1, and when you don't convert a pick 6, and when you don't intercept the ball that's there, and when you don't, and you make some critical mistakes in the fourth quarter, and you miss a kick, you could very easily say that's experience too, for sure. But it was still there, and you still have those opportunities. So while the future is bright, nobody's arguing that, the future could have been really bright Sunday too. And I think we should be there. You guys don't, and that's fine. But the opportunity was there, and it was an abundance of opportunity. It wasn't like one thing there was an abundance of opportunities to beat a team that is really good. And you'd be playing a team that is not as good. And then you'd be having an opportunity to go play in a Super Bowl. That would be a really tough challenge, and we're not. And I'll get over it. All of us as fans will get over it. But we're 4 days out. We're only 4 days out, man. If we want to grieve, let us grieve.
Let's get to one more call. Hopefully one will agree with you. It's Mike in Milwaukee. Mike, thanks for holding. Good morning. Are you feeling like Tausch today?
I am absolutely not feeling like Tausch. First of all, great show, guys. But, one thing I got to say is I've been watching the Packers since I was a kid. We always get together, have a good time with friends, with family. The party started kind of slim beginning of the year. They got real sketchy midway through the year. But then all of a sudden, we start winning. The people start coming. They want to come over. They want to have some Tito's and some Bloody Marys. The next thing you know,
maybe a Tito-Rita at halftime.
the next thing you know, the pork shoulders on the smoker. The party's getting bigger, and it was a bummer. It was a bummer that we lost. However, going forward, we know what we started with. We know where we're at now, and we have a lot more better things to look forward to. So Tausch, I know you're bummed. I'm bummed too. But what we have coming in the future, we know as Packer fans, we have a good coach, we have a good quarterback, and we just got to think positive. We got to put things in perspective, and I always appreciate Wilde feels that exact same way. So thank you, guys.
You got it.
Thank you, Mike. And what a way to end it.
Could you just not imagine the brisket that Mike and his crew would have with that Sunday game that they should be playing in, which is my point.
He can still make brisket.
He can, but
and watch the NFC Championship game between the Lions and the 49ers.
So I
spend a little more time paying attention to it because you don't have to watch the game. It's better brisket.
So I think when we're summarizing, there's obviously a lot of people that feel like you and Jelly. There's a lot of people that feel like Old T. And that's okay. We can all have our feelings and be fine with it. The great thing about it is our fan base is united 100% in the fact that we got it right and had a great season. The fact that some of us are content with that and feel good is fine. And then there's the other side of it is like, but we could have got more. We could have got more. That's where I'm at.
An interesting development on the coaching carousel breaking right now from Ian Rappaport. I'll explain how it might affect the Packers. I don't know if it's bad news or good news for them, frankly, but a surprise hire by the Carolina Panthers as their next head coach. We will get to that. And I want to get to some of the either texts or social media posts on this Tausch working through his feelings, not therapy, because I am curious. I didn't realize that there were some people that were pushing back on you on the social media channels. I'm curious if it's a little easier if you don't call to go after the big fella or not on this. I personally have no problem with the people that are still disappointed. I get it. I'm not a fan. I don't operate the same way. I just think that they got what they deserved because they had opportunities and they failed. But maybe that's too simplistic to view it. We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my favorite go-to drink. That's Carbless. Carbless is a ready-to-drink, handcrafted vodka and tequila cocktail. Even better, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And listen to this, less carbonation. This leads to less bloat. I can indulge in something delicious without having that health guilt. Carbless is crafted right here in Wisconsin. It has a flavor for everyone, from black raspberry to cranberry, pineapple and lemon, and my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online and at a retailer near you. Less is more.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch, which will include our Bucks buddy Justin Garcia and my favorite entrance music of a lot of great entrance songs, by the way. But first, some news from Ian Rappaport. A surprise! Exclamation point. I'm reading his tweet. The Panthers are closing in on a hire. It's Buccaneers offensive coordinator Dave Canales as their new head coach.
Whoa.
A first-time coordinator. His work in Tampa Bay this year, especially with Baker Mayfield, stood out. On to Bryce Young. So here's why that may or may not be good news.
Poor Baker. So everybody has such low expectations for a former number one pick that every time he does okay, somebody's like, oh my God, look at what they did with this guy. We need to pull him away. So Baker never gets to have any continuity, and he keeps getting left in the dust because everybody thinks he stinks. So now his guy, they finally resurrected. He might be getting his new contract in Tampa, and Carolina's like, man, if they can do that with him. What can they do with him? So we're going to pull him away, and then Baker's left there again. Poor little Baker.
Worse career by a number 1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff. It's not even close, right?
No, Jared Goff's had a really nice career up to this point.
I agree. Here's why this is significant. The Panthers had been blocking any interview attempts for Ejiro Evero for defensive coordinator jobs elsewhere.
That's your guy.
He
right?
is my guy. He's my pick. Yes, he is the guy that I think they should hire. I think he's.
What's he doing on 3rd and 6? Is he playing a soft shell, or is he?
No,
coming
he's
at
blitzing.
You?
I think
Blitz City. Blitzburg.
Putting Campbell on Justin Jefferson.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, well, Preston Smith's
only if
probably
Preston
irritated
Smith's
about
not
this.
available. Yeah,
long
but
levered.
I don't know what this means in terms of the Panthers, because are they going to foist Evero on Canales?
That's
their new head coach.
That's a horrible way to run an organization, but that doesn't mean they won't do it.
I think we've seen these sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope Ejiro Evero gets every opportunity to go wherever the heck he wants. He interviewed for the head coaching job. He didn't get it.
Correct.
If I recall correctly, in 2005, after Mike Sherman got fired, so I guess early 2006, Jim Bates interviewed for the head coaching job.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McCarthy got it. Mike McCarthy wanted him to stay as the defensive coordinator, and Jim Bates said, no, thank you. I thought I should have gotten the head coaching job. I'm not going to stay as the defensive coordinator.
That's respectable.
Right. So I would think that Evero would rather find a new defensive coordinator gig if he doesn't get a head coaching job elsewhere.
Sure.
Then be forced to stay in Carolina. So either this
Heads
is
Carolina, tails DC at Green Bay.
I like it. By Drake White? No, that's a different song.
No, the coast doesn't seem like it's clear.
I have one tweet I wanted to get to so we can get to...
Can I say one thing? Because the way you were going with it, well, I don't want to hijack it. I want to make sure it's all
Would
good.
you stop?
Well,
Who's obsessing about one tweet now?
I'm obsessing about a word in that tweet. I thought what you were going to say was, because whether or not Green Bay hires your guy or not, I think he was going to be on the list. If he could have been interviewed, I think he's going to be interviewed. I thought the big thing, it was a lock stocker that the Detroit coordinator Johnson, the OC, was going to get that job. Now, he might end up in Washington. I think we as Packer fans would love to see him get out because he's good.
Yep.
He's good.
Agreed.
So that was where I thought you were going with that. For everyone that tweeted us yesterday, the Mike Vrabel component, I thought we were crystal clear yesterday, both you and I. I have a pretty good relationship with Mike Vrabel. You obviously know Matt LaFleur very well. That ain't happening, Captain.
No.
Those two don't like each other, period. Is that a fair assessment?
Mike Vrabel was going to fire Matt LaFleur as the offensive coordinator.
First off, I don't envision Vrabes jumping back to a DC. He is going to be a head coach. He is a head football coach.
Correct.
If he was going to be a DC, I would think there'd be 31 other teams with different head coaches that he'd want to work for. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, there is not a friendship there.
So from now on, because until this thing unfolds, and I don't know, what do you think? This take a week? What do you think your timeline on this is?
I don't know. He interviewed 9 guys last time.
Yeah.
Joe Barry got hired on February 7th.
Yeah, we need this to happen before the Super Bowl, I think, would be ideal. Somewhere maybe middle of the following week.
Yeah.
That would be ideal get started with it, but who knows how that's going to shake out. But I would think that with the stuff that you just said that happened, Canales, the Tampa OC being hired, I would think that puts a much better opportunity for your guy to be in place in Green Bay. I think that gives this a lot more legs if that's the way Matt LaFleur wants to go.
Well, I hope that's the case, because I've never heard Matt LaFleur go on and on and on about another team's coordinator the way he did about Evero before they played the Panthers.
Didn't Matty Ice put up like 34 on him, though? Matty LaFleur and Jordan Love? Didn't they throw up, what was it, 31 to whatever?
Matt Ryan played this season? I thought he was on CBS.
You wanted him to.
I did. Or at least back up. I want to read this tweet so we can get to Justin Garcia, because I'm curious. It does not have the word hijack in it. It is from a longtime frequent listener and tweeter, Marcus, who says, Tausch, are you new here? with the exception of 10, this is what the Packers do. The past 25 years are littered with wasted opportunities. Last Saturday was just another log on the fire. But if they were a stock, you'd want to buy right now, right? Here's why I like this tweet, Tausch. Because I think he's right. There have been a lot of disappointments throughout the time that not only we've been doing this show, but dating back to Super Bowl 32, right? A lot of different disappointments in the postseason. And other teams have disappointments too. What makes this one feel different to you? Because I would have thought, and this is maybe why I've struggled with this all show, I would have thought the future's so bright I've got to wear shades nature of this team would actually make it less gut-wrenching as opposed to the 14 team, the 16 team, the 19 team, the 20 team, the 21 team, the 11 team, which those failures, those missed opportunities, being in position with an established great quarterback, I would have felt like those would have been more disappointing. So
yeah, I think
to Marcus's point, I'm curious why.
Yeah, part of it is Jordan Love is playing the best level of any quarterback in the entire NFL for, I would say, the last 6 to 7 weeks. That's part one. Part two is you are taking out the best teams in your conference. You're playing and positioning yourself. Not all opportunities are equal. Some opportunities when you're asking, who's the DB that covered Julio Jones? Ladarius
Gunter. Yeah.
Like some opportunities just aren't going to work. This was an opportunity that had everything lined up. That's the difference to me. Obviously, Seattle's gut. We can go back. All of those games are gut punches. Tampa was more than this last one, but this opportunity was so right there, and the fact that it's such a there wasn't the pressure. There wasn't all of that. And then when we did get it, we kind of folded up shop a little bit.
When there was pressure. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that, I guess, is what changes my opinion on it. And the fact that who's left. This season was always about if you can just get in, the flaws are so abundant. And San Fran was the one team I didn't think was overly flawed. And we're in that position against that team. It just felt like everything else fell the way it should have, and we were in great position. And the fact that it ended in that way is what makes it that much more disappointing for me.
Are you going to avoid prize picking the NFC and AFC championship game projections because of your
we'll talk. I'm
disappointment?
sure we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to go heavy on McCaffrey. I'm going to go heavy on San Fran. I'm going to go heavy on golf picks. I'll go more on all that, and then I'll take a dabble over. I think that Kansas City-Baltimore game would be a fun one to watch, but I like Lamar running. There are a lot of stuff that I love, and I love Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy, and it is easy. Pick 2 or more players. Go more or less on their projections for a wide variety of stats. You just place your entry. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. And check this out. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy platform with injury insurance to keep you in the game even if one of your players goes down. Over 7 million sports fans have already signed up. I'm one of them. So join me. Watch your favorite players and get paid doing it. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app. Use that promo code WI. That's WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's literally that easy.
Justin Garcia joins us next, our Bucks buddy. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Badger football fans, Brad Nortman here, inviting you to the Big Red Rally, an evening full of fun, football, and food, hosted at the Italian Community Center in downtown Milwaukee on February 8th. Meet the Badgers' newest recruits and hear directly from head coach Luke Fickell. Tickets to the Big Red Rally can be purchased individually or in tables of 10, with special discounts for UW-Madison grads. Jump around downtown Milwaukee to the Big Red Rally on February 8th and be part of the tradition. Visit uwalumni.com/events for more information. I will see you there.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
Process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away, and once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at motigusa.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
Ready to conquer the Midwest's premier winter playground? Then start planning a visit to Granite Peak. With over 200 acres of skiable terrain, Granite Peak has something for everyone, from beginners to seasoned pros, park skiers to mogul fanatics, and everything in between. Soar to new heights on their state-of-the-art chairlifts and warm up in the cozy historic chalet with roaring fireplaces and stunning views. A legendary winter adventure begins at Granite Peak. Don't miss out. Visit skigranitepeak.com to book your winter vacation now, and for more information, Granite Peak. Legendary winters, legendary fun.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Q Club of Wisconsin is your hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
Gary, we have so much going on. We're still the place to be on game days to catch the green and gold. Book a holiday party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Plus, we got great live music every Saturday night. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where you know we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out qclubofwisconsin.com.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Cheer, green and growing, the Bucks don't stop here.
I'll be honest, I don't know why the hell we're having this guy on. Other than the fact that we love him, he's our good friend. But I listened to the game last night. I listened to the post-game show. I listened to Bucks talk. So I'm caught up on everything Bucks because I listened to Justin Garcia's fine work. Here's the problem. He can't even say who the Bucks coach is. Is that right?
It's Doc Rivers. Why can't he say that? Why can't he say it? I can say it. You can say it.
Justin, who is the Bucks head coach?
And right now it's Joe Prunty. He's the interim head coach of the Bucks. There's a lot of chatter. Nothing's been confirmed. So as far as I know, Joe Prunty is the coach of the Bucks.
No, Doc Rivers is the coach of the Bucks. CNN Sport reported it.
Nice. Can you take us on a tour of your living quarters? This is the first time you've joined us via video. Are those like high-end shoe cases behind you? There's a lot of books.
Yeah, glass. He's got.
Dude,
wow,
this is awesome.
That is
nice little layer there. Yeah.
See if I can move the camera a bit. This is really fun for the audience that's just listening. But
It is. Yes. We're a video.
Dude,
we're
how
a
many-
TV show now. Did
How
no one
many
tell
shoes
you?
do you have in that shoe collection? That's a good looking collection.
That's only about 40 or 50 of them.
Looks like it's like a Foot Locker. If you had a referee jersey on, I think you'd be selling shoes.
Next week. You're going to join us next week. You're going to have your referee jersey on.
Yeah.
What's your best pair? What's your favorite pair in that collection?
Great question.
Oh, my favorite pair is an easy one. Here, I'll even grab them. But it's the Kobe Grinches, which I received as a gift from the team after they won the championship. And these were my favorite shoes to begin with. I had long coveted them, but they're quite expensive. So those are, without question, my favorite. And I wear them maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
You take the shoes out of the case and still wear them, and then do you clean them back up and put them in every time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good luck. All right. Tell us what the hell's going on. Why did they get rid of old boy? And I know you can't say what's happening, but 2 reasons. I asked JG, why did old boy get fired? What are those 2 reasons?
Expectations were sky high, and in terms of their record, they were fine, but the metrics, they were not meeting there. I think there was enough questions about not only a first-year coach in the playoffs, but some of those things specifically. He had serious concerns about of what is this going to look like against better competition, because the Bucks had played the softest schedule in the league up until last night. So I think that was the big one, and just the fact that you were willing to be patient, but you didn't see steady progress. If they would have flipped the way they played in December and January, I think it's an entirely different conversation, where December seemed like, all right, they're figuring it out here. We know they were playing, not the greatest teams, but they were winning by a larger margin. Not all the games were in the clutch. They were doing a better job defensively and rebounding. And those numbers we kept pointing to of since you moved Brooke Lopez closer to the basket, those were no longer, hey, they're closer to 10th than they are 20th defensively. Those drifted back towards, man, this team is just around 20th season as a whole, and with Brooke playing there. So I think it was the expectations and the lack of what they perceived to be the growth they were looking for.
How much input did Giannis have in this whole deal?
I mean, John Horst was asked about that last night, and so he had told the media when he met with them that Giannis, and no player for that matter, had any input on the decision that was made yesterday or 2 days ago. But, I mean, Giannis was definitely consulted. It wasn't just Giannis, all players. Chris Middleton was a part of that as well. So the organization has said we did seek the input of players, and we wanted them to see what the fit was with Griff or whoever it was that we were hiring through the interview process. But in terms of the decision that was made on Monday, John Horst said there was no input from other parties. This was a collective decision between he, the ownership group, Peter Fagan, and the rest of his front office, that they made the call and they met with players over the phone, in person, through chat, and John Horst was at their shoot-around yesterday as well, to not deliver the news then, but just to talk through it more. And as he said, tell the players, here's why we did it, here's the next steps, and here's what we're looking for the rest of the year.
So, and Justin, having listened to you last night, I know there's a couple of different layers to this, but what I found the most interesting, and you and Dave Kane talked a little bit on the broadcast about it as well, I guess my question is, what did they expect by hiring a first-time head coach to coach this team? And are they really... It's hard for me to understand why you would be surprised that there would be the struggles there were with the talent when you knew that it was a guy that didn't have any experience. And I remember you came on our show when we were going through this process, and we talked about it left and right. I did not expect them to go with a guy who'd never been a head coach before. And so when they did that, I feel like this was always a possibility, and 43 games in, it's not, I think he had a line last night about how it's not like he hit his resume. It's not like they hired him thinking he was a long time, he coached 2 teams to the finals. They knew what they were hiring. And so is it surprising that it got to the point that it did for you? Because it's not surprising to me. The only thing that I'm surprised by is they pulled the plug when they did already.
That's the surprising part to me, is despite all the conversations and the few that I talked to about this, I don't think as bad as things were, as bad as the optics were externally, I don't think most of us assumed they would actually do this, because that's a pretty hard reset. And again, with the expectations that you have, the window that you have to approach this is really 2 years. Anything we get above that, great. You're kind of starting all over again, and you're charting a different path, which takes time. And again, time is not on your side here. So that was the surprising part to me. And it was always the hesitation that you would have with a good head coach or with an inexperienced head coach is, maybe not this exactly, but we didn't even see when you get to the playoffs. That was the bigger concern, is going through those situations and adjusting on the fly and being a part of that atmosphere in the playoffs. That was what made you raise an eyebrow, and you assumed with a veteran team and with the expectations, the names that were on the list of finalists. Nick Nurse has won a championship and has extensive head coaching experience, not just with the Raptors, in the G League, overseas. He did it everywhere. Kenny Atkinson was a head coach and a longtime assistant. Adrian Griffin was never a head coach, not just in the NBA, not in college, not in the G League. He filled in for Nick Nurse a handful of times, but he had never worn the whistle before. So that was ultimately your reservation. And I think it's pretty clear, too, that was part of the organization wanting Joe Prunty and Terry Stotts on the staff, as these are 2 guys for you to learn from.
Right.
And when Terry Stotts left a week before the season started, that took away a pretty big resource. And I think it also made a lot of people raise an eyebrow of what is going on here.
All right, last 2 things for you. One, Tausch asked you about the input aspect from the players, but how many weeks ago was it? It wasn't that long ago, where after a game, Giannis was pretty outspoken. We have to have a plan. We don't know what we're doing defensively. Was that the start of this, or was this ball already rolling downhill?
Well, I mean, it sounds like the start of this was sometime early December, right around the play-in tournament, and the reports out there of Doc Rivers being a consultant and consulting with the team, and Adrian Griffin was right
First
around
time
that
hearing
time.
of this.
Yeah, unconfirmed. I've never heard of this either. But those comments that you mentioned, and that was the other thing, we heard it from Giannis more than once, that we have to be better. And to his point, and as John Horst was quick to clean up one of the questions asked yesterday as well, it wasn't just the coach that Giannis singled out and saying coaching needs to be better. He said players and everyone. But we heard it from Giannis a couple of different times. The big one was after that Rockets game. That's when he used that exact verbiage of we need a plan, we need to be more organized at the end of games. And I think the most troubling part through all of this was probably that weekend into the Monday, because you had that loss in Houston where Giannis was outspoken for the 2nd or 3rd time in a couple of weeks, and you figured, okay, this team is going to look differently and respond in their next game. That next game was the game that they trailed the Jazz by 33 points at one point. So you looked at it and said, what is going on here? If even Giannis is calling this out and this team still looks this way. So I think it probably started to pick up sometime in December, and then you just saw these things along the way that gave you less confidence that this was going to turn around this year. And John Horst was quick to point out he has a strong belief that Adrian Griffin is going to be a good head coach in this league. He just hasn't been through this before, and
it's just not for us.
We unfortunately we need you to be there now. I have no doubt there's potential here, but we can't. It's the same with the draft. Like, we're not drafting guys on potential in a window where we need to win a championship.
Then why hire
We're
him?
trading those picks
Why
for
hire
somebody
him?
that's
You
going to
know
help us
that.
win now.
Yep, that's very fair
It's a
question.
fair
That's
question.
your guy,
He was
Wilde.
asked that.
That's Horsty.
He was asked that a couple of times, and
what was the
It
answer?
just kind of indicated
he's going to be a good coach someday.
He's going to be a good coach. They believed in him, and
Just
they
not
kind
our
of
coach.
indicated that things changed when they acquired Damian Lillard. That just increased their expectations.
All right, Justin, the most important question before you go. I heard you talking about how excited you were about your Dame Time watch that you got yesterday. Were you able to secure a second watch
this is
for
gonna be-
Mr. Dame Time himself,
I do.
Mark
I
Tausch?
do. I have one right here.
Yes.
I just need to know where to send it overnight and care of. I would assume
Make him
Mark
come
Tauscher,
get it.
But yeah.
Make him show up and beg for
Yeah,
it.
bring him to the shoe museum and have him come. Maybe he'll borrow a book from your bookshelf.
Oh, what size shoe
while
are
he's
you?
there.
JG, what size shoe?
It's rather embarrassing because people make fun of me for small feet, but 9.5. It's a very normal size shoe.
Jelly, what size shoe are you?
9.5.
Okay. Well, there you go.
You guys could share your
It's a
shoe
perfectly
faucets.
fine size of shoe.
I don't know if that's the company I want to be
Didn't help
keeping.
you at all.
Look at us, JG. Me and you, buddy.
Best friends. Best friends.
JG. Oh, there.
Look
the
at that.
Dame
I
Time
cannot
watch.
wait.
We're
Oh,
excited.
I'm very excited.
JG, you're the best. We appreciate you, our friend. Have a great one.
All right. See you guys.
Tausch,
Such
you should
a
be
weird deal. This whole deal's
Yes.
just so weird.
very
we think he'll be
weird.
a good coach down the road. Okay. You think the Dollar Dame thing is really what swung this thing? So he was obviously hired before the trade, right?
Was.
Yeah.
They hired the wrong. I mean, maybe he will be a good coach someday, right? Maybe he'll learn from 43 games, and he'll get more experience, and he'll go somewhere else, and he'll have success. But that's a nice thing to say. You didn't want him. That's why you fired
It's
him.
not really that nice of a thing to say.
Most importantly, the nicest thing we heard is that he has your watch. You should be cracking open a Coors Light in celebration right this very second.
I should, and I will be. When I get that on my wrist, I can just imagine having that Coors Light with my Dollar Dame watch, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978. Coors Light is refreshing, it's crisp, and it's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, let's play some trivia. Double trivia. Wisconsin Geography Trivia Thursday.
Long week.
You're telling me. Caller 5 and caller 10. Caller 5 and caller 10. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
Lamar Jackson this year has wiped out all those people that have had those kind of conversations, but you know they're waiting. They were waiting on Saturday that if he didn't play well versus the Houston Texans, they were waiting to come out with their criticism saying you can't win a championship that way. You can't win a championship with that quarterback. They're waiting again. Never mind the fact that the guy on the other side has ruined a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL, not named Tom Brady, doing his playoff run and doing his run in Kansas City. But, those fools out there are waiting for Lamar Jackson to fail so they can say, see, I told you. See, I told you. Those are the kind of people. I don't care who wins, but if Lamar Jackson wins and they beat Kansas City and they get to the Super Bowl, it'll be the best shut your mouth from my standpoint for Lamar Jackson, because he continues to hear that nonsense. Never mind the fact that this guy's about to be a 2-time MVP in the National Football League.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-378-4750. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-378-4750 to speak with a live person now. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Get deals on what you need during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Right now, save $20 on select 5-gallon ceiling paint or primer by HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. Plus, get 15% off and earn 3 times bonus points when you buy 4 or more Purdy products. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts at Venny. Valid 1/15 through 1/26. Subject to change.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
If you think about it, the floor is the part of your home that gets lived on the most. It gets walked on, stomped over, spilled on. It bears the weight of life on its planks. That's where LifeProof's luxury vinyl plank flooring comes in. Our premium flooring is durable, scratch-resistant, and 100% waterproof, so it can take all that stomping and spilling with no problem. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors and styles, and it's easy to install. So make sure your floor can stand up to life's toughest tests with LifeProof. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
And the stars glow for you. Go see the world, cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too
Time for trivia. Let's welcome in our contestants. First caller 5 is John in Verona. John, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing?
We're good. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Now let's talk to caller 10. It's Jeff in Monroe. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Can I order one? I agree with Tausch t-shirt.
Yeah, I think I need to do a little photoshopping just because I don't want to run amok with the Packers. So I need to alter that hat to remove the logo. But I do have my buddy Travis at Team Apparel up here in Green Bay apparently prepping his printing press for those shirts.
Say that again 5 times fast.
Prepping his printing press. The category is, as it always is on Thursday, Wisconsin trivia, Wisconsin geography trivia. Tausch takes this segment off other than quasi-competing alongside our competitors. So let's begin. Let's start with John and his question number 1, which is this. The Paper Makers is the nickname of which of these Wisconsin high schools whose football team won multiple consecutive championships during the 2010s? Is it Kimberly, Ashwaubenon, or Wisconsin State Journalsville?
It's A, Kimberly.
I agree.
Circle gets the square. Caller 10, Jeff and Monroe, your first question is this. When in doubt, you can always cheer for which WEAC university, nicknamed the Blue Devils and located in Menominee? Is that UW Stout, Carroll University, or Tauscher Headline Academy Community College?
UW Stout.
Both off to a perfect 1-for-1 start. Question 2.
Do you want to chime in with THAC?
No.
Tauscher Headline Academy Community College?
Oh, I missed that. No. Trying to keep you on time here, Jesse.
Oh, thanks.
You're stressed out back there.
I would have preferred that their initials somehow worked out to Nutwhack. All right, question 2. John, is this latitudinally? Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest south? Farthest south. Is it Westfield, West Salem, or West Bend?
Well, can you repeat the 3 again?
I would
real quick?
love to repeat them. Westfield, West Salem, or West Bend?
I'm going to go West Salem.
You're going to want to go farther south.
I'm going where my boys bowling down there, throwing brisket and pork shoulders. I'm going West Bend.
We spent some time in West Bend over the weekend. Great little downtown area. Great gymnastics meet that the girls competed
Great
in.
fleet farm there too.
A beautiful fleet farm. Although the Muskego one might be even nicer.
Wow!
Wow.
Don't you dare start having us power rank fleet farms.
All right. So the correct answer is West Bend. Jeff, question 2 for you. Longitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest east? Farthest east. Is it South Milwaukee, North Fond du Lac, or Weston? Farthest
South
east.
Milwaukee. South Milwaukee.
Nicely done.
Well done. Clever question. Good job, Jesse.
Yes, good job, Jesse.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
That was such a tough day. You guys are worried. So much work
Now
today.
let's just hope after that compliment that both the question 3s have the correct answer attached to them. Question 3 for you, John, is this. If Tausch is starting at Tier 1 Tyler's cabin in Neshkoro and driving to Neenah, which direction is Tausch primarily traveling, and how many quick trips does he stop at because he loves Quick Trip, but he hates to stop when he's driving? No, that's not part of the question. Which direction is Tausch primarily driving? Is he driving northwest from Neshkoro to Neenah? Is he driving southeast from Neshkoro to Neenah? Or is he driving northeast from Neshkoro to Neenah? And I have to be honest, I have no clue where Neshkoro is.
Neither do I, so just a guess, southeast.
I gotta admit, I would have guessed that
I'm going to
too.
say northeast.
Where in the world is Neshkoro?
Is it over in the Crivets?
No, Neshkoro, actually not that far from Westfield, which is kind of up in the,
That doesn't help me.
En route to Stevens Point
Oh, yeah.
on 39.
Take, Highway 39, yep.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that Nina is farther north than Tyler's cabin?
It is, yes. Mm-hmm.
I always think cabins, I always think up north.
Well, I didn't say his cabin up north.
I know.
His cabin.
That's why I would have gotten it wrong. All right. Jeff, this is your chance at a perfect 3 for 3. We got Tausch in the car again, and he's not making any stops. If Tausch is starting in Crandon, the Crandon Mine, and driving to meet Jesse at a meat raffle in Crivets, so Crandon to Crivets, which direction is Tausch primarily traveling? Is he traveling northeast, northwest, or southeast?
I'm going to say southeast.
Nailed it. That was an easy one.
Not for me. I wouldn't have gotten that right either. Well done. Jeff, you're 3 for 3. John, you're not 3 for 3.
Nope.
But you're a very loyal listener. We appreciate you both playing.
Can I just have a quick?
Sure.
Can I have a quick shout out for? I know Travis up in Green Bay as well, and he does a heck of a job up there.
Isn't he awesome? He's such a great dude.
Yeah.
And we're giving away. Yes, I know. We're giving away free advertising and Tausch speaking.
Oh, sorry, Tausch.
All good, John. Hey, you done good.
John, thanks for playing, buddy. You got 2 entries. Not as many as Jeff has. He's got 4, but we appreciate you playing. Guys, take care. Be good.
Love you guys.
All right. We gotta go.
You feel better that you got that knock? We would never have finished if we did this in the last segment. Double is just, it's not happening.
No. I feel much better. And now I would love for you to tell me about Fortria, because we may not have time to do that when we come back.
Yes, indeed. Pick up a little extra spending cash for that trip that should have been to Detroit. If you want to get out to Vegas for the Super Bowl that the Packers won't be playing in, well, Fortria's got you covered. A couple of different studies. Healthy adults, ages 18 to 60, BMI 18 to 32. Study, 2 stays, 15 nights, $14,000 for your time and participation. Another one, got to be a little bit heavier, BMI 18.5 to 32. That study, 1 stay, 14 nights. Grab yourself a quick $6,600 for your time and participation. Go to FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Untethered, unfiltered, and unbothered.
I mean, I love me some Jordan Love, but you know what else I love? Strippers.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, and sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
That's what I want for my birthday. Listen, Jordan Love, I'll see you one day, buddy.
Weekdays from 2 to 5, right here on 94.5 ESPN, and subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Buthan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Join Shaka Smart, Jen Latta, and special guest Cam Jones on Thursday, January 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. for Marquette Thursdays at Motor Bar and Restaurant on the Harley-Davidson Museum campus.
The 14th-ranked Golden Eagles were able to hold off DePaul for an 86-73 road win. MU shot 55% from the floor and knocked down a season-high 15 threes. 6 of those three-pointers came off the hands of junior forward David Joplin, who finished with 21 points.
You gotta have that one. Wide open. I'll at your boy again. He's hot tonight.
Senior big man Oso Ighodaro chipped in with 19 points and 12 rebounds for his 6th career double-double and 2nd this season. Marquette improves to 14-5 overall and 5-3 in Big East play. They're back home at Fiserv Forum Saturday morning to face Seton Hall.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Motor Bar and Restaurant on the Harley-Davidson Museum campus is the home of Marquette Thursdays all season long. UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Brookfield Central's Jack Doherty. The senior basketball player, a huge performance last week in a 92-57 win over West Alice Hale. He set a school record with 11 three-pointers on just 13 shots in the game. He finished with 44 points and 11 rebounds. It's been a solid season offensively on the stat sheet for the Illinois State commit Doherty. However, the Lancers have been right around 500 for most of the season. This week, games against Marquette University and Kimberly will take place for Brookfield Central as they look to get back to their winning ways. Congratulations again to Brookfield Central's Jack Doherty on being this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, and good luck the rest of the season.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We're young, dumb, and wild and free. When I close my eyes, I can see you in my sweatshirt. Dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are.
Tausch, do you feel better, worse, or the same than you did when you started the show?
I feel better. I just appreciate the back and forth banter on how we're all feeling. I don't have to agree with you. I don't need you to agree with me. But I think just vocalizing it and letting it be heard makes me feel better.
Some might say that's what therapy is. Sorry.
Right. I'm just nervous for. I'm just glad Jelly's taking a break. I don't know if I've ever seen him more frazzled, and it didn't even feel like it was a frazzly day today. Not asking him to do trivia on the Digi, no Digi only, and he has just been frazzled.
And we never got to the fact. So you're not working tomorrow, is that right?
Dog sitting.
I am taking a half day. It's a long story. I wish we would have told it earlier.
Wait, can you call in? Can you call into the show tomorrow and tell us your...
I'm taking off because my friend is here, and then he's leaving at noon because he's leaving for 2 weeks. So he's leaving his dog with us.
You got to tell the dog sitting story. You got to call in.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We look forward to whoever your cousin sub might be. Tausch and I will be here. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Thanks to JG for joining us as well. Have a great day. And Evan Cohen. Sorry, I don't want to forget him. Thanks to everybody. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.
Brewers win!
Get more from your live baseball experience with the 2024 Brewers Ticket Plan. On sale now. Don't miss more exclusive Brewers season seat holder rewards, like your very own batting practice session, more can't-miss action, and more access to the game you love. It's your ticket to being a VIP Brewers fan this season. Plus, you'll enjoy savings on ticket prices you can't get anywhere else. Learn more at brewers.com/ticket plans.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Check out our brand new Hyundai dealership, one of the largest in the Midwest.
Step inside of our state-of-the-art showroom where you can view our new Hyundai models and some of our finest certified pre-owned.
We've also expanded our service center, staffed by our factory-certified technicians.
And right next door, we've started construction on our all-new Genesis of Waukesha dealership.
But we're not just building walls, we're building careers.
So if you're looking for a career with great benefits and opportunity for growth, Boucher is the place for you.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing.
I'm Christine Lisi. With Jim Harbaugh's decision to become the new head coach of the Chargers, Michigan's focusing the search for his replacement on offensive coordinator line coach Sharon Moore, reports ESPN's Chris Lowe. He's expected to meet with Michigan officials today and be offered the job. The 37-year-old filled in for Harbaugh for 4 games this season while Harbaugh was suspended. Moore's been a part of the Wolverine staff for the past 6 seasons. ESPN's Adam Schefter's reporting Vic Fangio will become the Eagles' defensive coordinator today, one day after officially parting ways with the Dolphins. NBA, Wes Unseld Jr. out as coach of the 7-36 Wizards. He'll transition to a front office advisory role. Washington will name an interim coach later today and search for a full-time replacement in the offseason. Coming up tonight, the league-leading Celtics take on the Heat, 7 Eastern ESPN Radio. Boston's won 11 of its last 13.
From the ESPN studios at Pier 17 in the Seaport District of New York City, this is Greeny with Mike Greenberg on ESPN Radio. You can also listen and watch the show on the ESPN app.
Back and better than ever, Greeny presented by Progressive Insurance. On a rainy Thursday in New York City as the stage is set for all the action of Conference Championship weekend. We're looking forward to those games on Sunday. And we're looking forward to Hollywood, Harbaugh, and Herbert together. Can he make them super? Let's go.
Here we go! Only one place to start.
Jim Harbaugh will become the new coach of the LA Chargers.
We all knew that a change needed to be made because the Los Angeles Chargers weren't what they're supposed to be.
The fact of the matter is, the Chargers give them the ability to compete for a Super Bowl.
And so, the best thing that could possibly have happened to Justin Herbert has happened. Jim Harbaugh has become his head coach. Does this mean the Chargers become a Super Bowl team? Absolutely it does. Jim Harbaugh is one of the very few people who are that level of elite. And in any organization, the two most important people are the head coach and the quarterback, and the Chargers are now elite at both of them. Harbaugh will make whatever Justin Herbert is capable of becoming, however good he has it in him to be, that's how good Jim Harbaugh is going to make him. I am a huge fan of Harbaugh. I'm a huge believer in Harbaugh. Anyone who listens to this show or has ever seen or heard me is aware of that. I think this is a slam dunk, home run, the best hiring of this cycle because it just made all the sense in the world.
Timeout.
Go.
You buried the lead.
What is the lead?
Not since the 1932 World Series,
When Babe Ruth called his shot off of Charlie Root at Wrigley Field, has someone called a shot more than you called this? Can you please take a bow? You get everything wrong, so you might as well take a bow in this particular case.
Well, I almost don't feel like it's fair. I'm not a reporter. I'm not an insider. I'm just a friend of Jim Harbaugh's. And what Hembo was referring to, I don't know, Nuno, what did Nuno want this morning? Nuno was calling. What happened?
Nuno, former producer of this show, now the producer on Unsportsmanlike, texted me this morning asking the time at which you had this conversation with Jim Harbaugh at this funeral about Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
He wanted to explore when this happened.
So, are you aware of this, Bubba? Are you aware of all the behind-the-scenes machinations on Greeny having correctly called Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers?
I mean, I'm aware of the funeral discussion, if that's what you mean. I don't know.
We've talked about that
I don't
5
know.
times.
You've brought it up 400 times, so I don't know. If that's what you mean, then yes.
Well,
I don't know.
What a surly answer.
I don't know what you're asking.
What machinations?
I don't know what you mean.
that Nuno this morning was on the phone, or at least on the text, with Hembo looking for dates and times and places. And
I was not aware of. I don't know what Nuno.
What is he investigating?
Yeah, I don't know what Nuno's up to.
At 6:37 in the morning, I received a text saying, "So when was that funeral that Greeny and Harbaugh spoke?" And then
Was he doubting it?
And then I sent him the obituary to be able to timestamp this.
Yeah, I don't know what Nuno's up to.
Those are the machinations.
Those are the machinations to which I'm referring. I don't know why you took such umbrage at my asking you the question.
Well, I was just confused. I didn't know what do you mean?
Are you off carbs? I mean, you seem unhappy today, and I bring that up because I accidentally went off carbs yesterday, and I felt it. I don't know
what
if
do you mean
anyone's
accidentally.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I went back. So we had a very nice day yesterday, which involved going to the theater. I saw a magnificent play, a matinee of a play called Appropriate, which was sensational on Broadway. We had a really, really nice day. And when we were sitting down to dinner, I said to Stace, I have a terrible headache. Like, just out of nowhere, I have a terrible headache. And I started thinking why I might have a terrible headache, because I'm not one who is prone to that generally. And I went over all the things I'd eaten. And I did not make a conscious decision that I was going to eat no carbs, but I ate no carbs yesterday, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And I think that's the reason why. And I have emerged under the impression now that if you don't have carbs, you get cranky and a little bit achy.
That's a very small sample size to draw such a big conclusion.
And yet I've done it. And that's just the kind of scientific research I'm prone to do.
And we have thousands of years of data that dispute this.
No, I don't think so. I think people, if you cut out carbs, everyone says you get cranky and headachy.
Well, was David Pollack having a lot of? He didn't eat carbs, right? He was carbless.
Yeah, no, but your body acclimates to that. But at the very beginning of it, it is very complicated. Like, let me ask you a question: are you addicted to caffeine? I'm addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah.
I cannot start my day without something caffeinated.
Even on the weekends when you're not working?
100%. I will always have coffee, every now and again tea, but generally coffee.
No matter when you wake up, no matter how much you sleep.
That's right. And if I don't have it, I would say, I don't know, some number of hours into my day, I start getting headache. I get a headache. Your body becomes addicted. You are addicted to so many things in life that you don't even know. Most of the things you're addicted to are generally harmless. It is harmless to be addicted to carbs, unless you're trying to lose weight, et cetera, et cetera. It is harmless to be addicted to caffeine. I mean, if you're Brandon, you have a whole other level of issues. Brandon, who thinks that a diet consists of a vat of wonton soup and a roll of Lifesavers. But now we're dealing in Brandon, so that's a whole other issue. But
we should table that.
I think that Bubba is cranky because he's cut out carbs.
I'll be honest with you. I think you're redirecting, because it's not obvious to me you had caffeine this morning, because you've been
that's
especially
my Twitter issue.
Cranky.
Oh, I am freaking aggravated.
Wait until you hear this.
All right, well, let me tell my Harbaugh story, and then we'll get eventually to why I'm having such a bad day. But I'm telling you, I'm having a bad day, and I can point the finger of blame. I know exactly who to blame. But anyway, someone I know dies, and I go to the funeral, and Jim is at the funeral, and I've told the story a million times. Bubba just ruined it. I've told the story a million times. You basically sold it short. You act like I've been milking this. I've got the insight into the offseason hiring story of the entire year. Everyone is texting me, calling me, etc., giving me all this credit. And Bubba is producer of this show.
I didn't give away the story.
You have 100%. You totally downplayed it significantly.
He just thought you were asking, are you aware of the Harbaugh story? Which obviously we are, because you've told it before. He just used a impolite tone when he said that.
I didn't know what you were asking, because you were saying, like, are you aware of me? I didn't. I was very confused by the way you phrased. Of course, I'm aware of the Harbaugh funeral story. You've said it on the air 3,000 times.
You said that you said it 400 times.
Now
you
it's
said
more.
it mockingly. You said it in a nasty way, which leads me to believe that one of us has given up carbs.
Yeah, I understand. That's what your theory is.
I don't think Bubba has given up carbs.
It appears that he has not given up carbs.
I enjoy carbs.
Can we hear the story again?
Anyway.
Who died?
For the 401st time, tell us the story.
The very basics of the story is that a very, very prominent man died.
Sad.
Who had been a huge benefactor at University of Michigan. And his daughter and my wife grew up together and have been best friends forever. And so I've known the daughter forever, and I knew Ira as well. The man who died was named Ira Harris. And we went to the funeral when he died, and Jim was there because of the connection to Michigan, etc. And after the service, we were at the, what do you call it, the reception? You know, the area where you go and you get drinks and food and whatever. And we're just standing, Jim and I just sort of were off to the side chatting. And without the context of it being him leaving Michigan, that was not what we were talking about. Without the context of it being his interest in coaching in the NFL, that's not what we were talking about. The context was exclusively about how great young quarterbacks are in the NFL right now. I was saying, my God, you know, he played the position. He played the position for the Bears when I covered them. So I've known Jim since the early 90s. And I said, just look at these guys, Mahomes and Allen and whatever. And I forget. And I didn't say the name Justin Herbert. And he, like, jumps me. And he's like, I'm telling you, Greeny, Herbert is the one. Like, watch Herbert this and that. And he just went on and on and on and on about how great he thinks Justin Herbert is. And so that always stuck in my head. So when all this thing came up, when the Chargers fired their coach, I said that day, I said it on McAfee, I said it here, they're going to hire Jim Harbaugh, guaranteed. Like, you could just, that was so easy to see coming. So whatever. So that's what I said. So, of course, everyone is proud of me except for Bubba. But Bubba thinks that I've obviously thinks I've talked about it.
You've over-milked this.
I didn't say I wasn't proud of you. I just said I was aware of the situation.
I don't know. I think we're all cranky today. And the reason...
I feel great.
I'm having a great time.
I've been thrown off of social media against my will, and I'm not happy.
Well, that's not good.
No, we got issues. And I'm telling you, it is harming my ability to do my job. So here's what happened. I got a new phone a couple of days ago. So any of us, Bubba, you may have, do you guys have company phones?
I don't use one, no.
Are your phones owned by ESPN? Mine is.
I have a personal phone and a company phone.
Okay, so I only have one phone.
You do two?
Yeah.
Why do you have two phones?
I like to keep
It's so annoying.
What's so annoying?
One of his phones is an iPhone and the other is not. And he has like two different numbers. It's so confusing.
Yeah, well, obviously I have
He's like, why didn't you text me on that phone? I'm like, I didn't know which number was which.
I don't think I've said that.
That is a very annoying thing to do. If there's anyone
Especially
in the
for
world
Bubba.
who doesn't need two phones, it's Bubba.
I borderline need three phones.
What are the conversations how do you choose between which phone you're going to use for each individual conversation?
No, my main phone is with all my friends, and then the iPhone is the work phone, which has my email, and that's the phone that's basically what it's for.
Are you not friends with anyone at work?
Well, if people, basically the phone I text Greeny on and Hembo, if people want to text me on the iPhone, they can text me on that because people can't handle texting a droid so they text me on the iPhone.
It's green.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about it for 20 years.
The second you get on an airplane, you can't do it. It ruins group chats.
Yeah,
my brother-in-law has one of those. He lives to ruin the group chat. The family chat is ruined by it. We give him a hard time about it all the time.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
So we have the Greeny radio show group chat. That's obviously on the iPhone, my work phone, because you can text on whatever phone you want. I don't care.
Well, whatever. Anyway, ESPN made us all get new phones. So it switched over from AT&T to Verizon. I don't know. Whatever. So they send me a phone is the long and short of it, which is fine. and they say, oh, transferring it from one phone to the other is going to be really easy. Now, bear in mind, I'm me. So I'm sure I did something wrong. I'm not blaming Steve Jobs for this or anybody else. I clearly did something wrong. But none of my passwords transferred. So I got to sit there typing in the password of everything, Starbucks, Uber, all of the things in life that you use every single day. You don't know the password. Do you know the password to your Starbucks app?
I do, because I'm, 33 years old.
Okay, what does that mean? You know what the password is? What does your being 33 years old have to do with you knowing the password?
From my experience, elderly people don't remember things as well as younger people.
It's not a question of remembering. I didn't know what my password was 5 minutes after I put it in. Do you have the same password for everything?
No, I have a variety of combinations.
And you remember for each one which one you did? This one is Uber, and this one is Starbucks, and this one is Instagram, and this one is whatever?
Yeah.
Even things that you never have to type in the password for?
I do.
Okay, shut up and get out of this conversation then. Bubba, do you?
I mean, I tend to go with a handful of the same passwords, so I tend to remember what they are, and we'll try the same type of one. So I'm closer to Hembo and will remember what they are.
Isn't this what they tell you not to do? Don't they tell you not to use the same password for everything?
I'm not using the exact same one.
So if someone gets your password for Instagram, then the next thing you know, they can access your bank account.
Oh, says the guy who's about to lose 1 million Twitter followers? Wow.
Yeah, I'm using different variations, different combinations. I'm fine. My passwords are fine. Don't worry. I'm logging in left and right.